Good evening, hockey fans, and what is going on? My name is Neil Villapiano, the host of the Devil's State of Mind podcast here on the Hockey Podcast Network, which covers the New Jersey Devils, and welcome to a preseason edition of Live Watch Along here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Tonight is a battle of the Hudson River as we have the New Jersey Devils traveling to Madison Square Garden to take on the New York Rangers in both teams' third preseason game of this year. Yes, we are finally back with some hockey. Both teams have played a couple of games, and now both teams will go up against one another here in this one tonight. And as always, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Don't forget to leave a like on the stream, subscribe, and punch that notification bell so you get notified of every live watch along that we do right here on THPN. We've already done a bunch. We did a couple of the Global Series games, done a couple of other preseason games as well. And now we are doing this one tonight. We're going to be doing a ton throughout the regular season. And we got some other things going on the channel as well. So make sure you are subscribed and also you got that notification bell going. And again, don't forget to leave a comment as well. Leave your score predictions in the chat also, so we can see who ends up being right when this one's all said and done. We have a couple people already in here, Hockey from Home, saying, hey, Neil, what is going on? Good to see you as always. Zarbian says, are you a Yankees fan, Neil? Unfortunately, I am. And no, I don't really care about what's going on with the Yankees right now. I kind of stopped worrying about the Yankees about 3 months ago. Right now, I fully care about the fact that hockey is back and we got some action for you guys here tonight. What is going on, Danelle? Good to see you as always, man. I did have a good summer. I really did have a good summer, but I am really excited to finally be back here. We're in late September, entering the month of October, and most importantly, we are just about ready to get underway with the regular season and the start of this NHL season. Super, super excited to be doing this live watch along. Going to be doing many throughout the year. And also, make sure to go check out my podcast, the Devil's State of Mind podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. We're also on YouTube as well. It covers everything you need to know about your New Jersey Devils. And of course, I had to do a Devils preseason game while I had the chance. And what better one to do than against the New York Rangers? My good friend Jimmy Finizzi from the Blue Seats, which is a Rangers podcast, also here at THPN, saying, what up, Neil? What is going on, Jimmy? Good to see you as always, man. Hope you are doing well. Zarbian says, well, I care about tonight's Yankee game. I'm a Blue Jays fan. Fair enough. Blue Jays holding on to a half-game lead in their wild card spot. Gaza, my good friend, who is a New York Rangers from across the waters, is in the chat going 4-3 Rangers win tonight. Okay, fair enough. Glad I sent you messaged you those jerseys on Twitter. Yeah, we did get a chance to see the Heritage Classic jerseys for the Oilers and the Flames. I think overall, definitely, I think they look really cool. Very excited to see what they look like once, obviously, the Heritage Classic comes around. Obviously, some other big events that are going to be coming up, including involving the Devils and the Rangers. They both will be taking part in the Stadium Series in games on 2 different days in a row. They will both be playing a game at MetLife Stadium, the home of the New York Jets and New York Giants, aka the place where ACLs go to be broken and die. But nonetheless, we are going to be seeing some hockey there. I actually already got a ticket to that game. Super excited for that. Devils play the Flyers, and then the following afternoon, the Rangers play the Islanders that one. What is going on? Zach Martin, one of the hosts of the Surge Cast, covering the Carolina Hurricanes here on THPN. Also a writer for the Carolina Hurricanes on the Hockey Writers. Says, have fun finishing second behind the Hurricanes this season, Neil. Yeah, I can't wait for that episode or episodes with myself and the lovely people over at the Surge Cast. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to some great banter throughout the year. So, here we are. Both teams playing a decent amount of their starters in this one. And, as we get closer to the start of the season, we're a little bit less than 2 weeks away from the opening games of the regular season. You're going to see more and more of the top guys playing. For me, with the New Jersey Devils, there's a ton of guys to look at. You got Tyler Toffoli and Jack Hughes playing on the top line together. Akira Schmid in net. Simone Nemec and Luke Hughes are both going to be playing tonight. Going to be guys I want to keep your eye on. Turn to the New York Rangers. They're trying to get their young guys going, Alexi Lafreniere, Capo Caco, even Philip Hedl to an extent, and hopefully they want to get themselves going a little bit more. They've been off to a slow start here in this preseason, but again, it is preseason, so, I mean, it's nothing to really worry about right away, but nonetheless, it should be another awesome night for hockey here. We're going to be here all night long. We're about a couple minutes away from puck drop here in this one. Again, make sure to leave your score predictions in the chat. We already have one, so I want to see some more here. What are your thoughts on the Winnipeg Jets alternate jersey of the baby blue of the stripes? Yeah, there's a lot going on there, Danelle. I think there's just too much going on, and so because it's so jammed up together and bundled together, I'm really not a fan of it. There was definitely potential to maybe do it a little bit better. Just not really a big fan of it. Go on, Andrew H. Good to see you as always, my friend. We thank you so much as always for supporting and hanging out with us. He says, Real Deal Neil, happy hockey season. Let's effing go Devils. Absolutely, man. Super excited that you're here with us, man. We appreciate it. Sam Walsh, a good friend of mine from the Caniac Report, another Hurricanes podcast here on THPN. Good to see you, Sam. Hope you are enjoying your Thursday evening, and thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Danelle asks, what are your thoughts about the Bruins Centennial jerseys home away or the alternate? Everyone loves the alternate third jersey out of the three. Honestly, I thought overall they were very, very good, but I would agree that the alternate is probably my favorite. Then I would probably go with the black jersey and then the white goldish jersey as the third. But I think overall, very, very cool. I love that they're doing this for their Centennial. I'd like to see other teams do this when they get to their Centennial as well. I think that would be really, really awesome. I know that in football, next year, the New York Giants will be playing in their 100th season in the NFL. So that's kind of, I'm hoping that maybe the Giants do something to kind of celebrate their Centennial, but obviously we'll have to wait and see till next year. So again, guys, this should be a lot of fun. Really excited to finally be back doing live watch-alongs. The last time you guys saw me was, unfortunately, the last time you saw me was when Kyle and I were covering the Stanley Cup Finals. Last time you saw me with the Devils was obviously when they lost in Game 5 of the second round to the Carolina Hurricanes and their season came to an end. Jared says, Neil, let's go Devils. Absolutely, Jared. Good to see you, man. Where do you think Todd Toffoli will end up in the lineup? I think he'll most likely end up on that top line with Jack Hughes. Their chemistry has been really good since training camp got underway, and I'm excited to see what they do here tonight. As Igor Shesterkin is in net for the New York Rangers as he looks to try to get himself going, and Akira Schmid, a.k.a. the Rangers' worst nightmare, is in net for the New Jersey Devils. This should be another fun one. My good buddy Kyle, man, he says he wants Toffoli back. Well, you can't have him. Hopefully you enjoy Yegor Sharangovich. I think he'll actually do pretty well. I think he ends up being a breakout candidate for Calgary this season when it's all said and done here. So here we go. Both teams are at center ice. The puck is dropped, and we get a stoppage of play right away as we get a false start on it here. But both teams again back at center ice, and that puck is dropped, and we are underway tonight. Again, Devils, Rangers here in both teams' third game of the preseason. So we'll see how both teams do tonight. I know from Lindy Ruff's perspective, he spoke to the media earlier today and said that we're going to see at least 2, maybe 3 goaltenders tonight. So let's keep our eye on that as Jesper Bratt coming up the right wing, tries to get around Keandre Miller, using the body now all the way over to the left side, loses the puck, but it's regained there by, I believe that's Nolan Foote. And it is. Nolan Foote actually took a puck to the face at practice earlier today and left the practice early, but he seems to be okay as he is playing tonight for the Devils. Neil, are you planning to get tickets for the Devils Flyers? Yeah, I actually already mentioned that earlier, Andrew, before you jumped on. I do have a ticket for that game. I'm up in I think I'm in section 332 for that one. So, yeah, definitely excited to be getting the chance to go see an outdoor game involving the Devils. Cannot wait for that. The goal of the Bruins used some of the Golden Knights. I could see that. Could totally see that. Andrew says, Holy Schmid. Gaza, man, a little smack talk here. A little preceded smack talk. Kind of getting the rust off from last year's 7-game first-round playoff series. That was a heck of a series that we saw. So the Devils come back with a wrist shot. That one gets blocked up into the air and out of play as we get a stop here about a minute and a half into this one. And there is Tyler Toffoli, 34 goals, 39 assists for 73 points, all career highs for Toffoli as he came over in a trade from Calgary to New Jersey back in the summer. And now let's see what he can do here with this New Jersey Devils team as he looks to be kind of hopefully a missing piece to what should be a Devils championship roster, as that shot from Nemec gets blocked to the right corner, as now Curtis Lazar wraps it around to Tomas Nosek, who came over in free agency after playing with the Bruins last year. Now he's with the New Jersey Devils wearing 92. It's a very interesting number. Is that puck now in the left corner? Curtis Lazar now losing it. Now it's retrieved by the Rangers. They'll try to get it out. They cannot, as a drive from Nemec is stopped by the right leg pad of Shesterkin. Devils keeping it in on the forecheck. Nosek tried to drop it off to Curtis Lazar. Taken away by the Rangers as Lindgren chips it up the boards. And the Rangers are able to finally get it out. It's at center ice. Now it's chipped in here as 76 comes in. Lazar gets the puck off of him. Drive over to Witherspoon, and now Nemec makes a long feed that goes off the stick of number 37. That is not Pavel Zacha. That is someone else. Do apologize if I don't know everyone's name right now in the preseason, as that shot is kicked aside by Shesterkin. 37 now behind the net for New Jersey. As now it comes out in front, pass, scramble in front, backhand try, saved by Shesterkin, and then the Rangers are able to not chip it out as they can't get it out as Colin Miller flips over to 37 with a backhand try that gets blocked just wide of Shesterkin. So the Devils with some pretty good forechecking here, a couple of good chances early, but Shesterkin up to the task. As that puck goes into the right corner as Jack Hughes tries to get to it. Rangers trying to keep it in here. Puck goes behind Schmid. About 3 minutes into this one here, no scores. There's Luke Hughes making his preseason debut. So we'll see what he can do tonight as Bratt chips it over to Hughes. But Bratt lost his footing, and actually I think we're going to get a penalty here. It's a delayed call against the Rangers as now Marino gets it over to Hughes. Hughes will have to take it back into his own zone, and then it's touched up by Zibanejad, and we get a penalty. So the Devils are going to get an early power play opportunity here, as their forechecking obviously earns them a power play. A lot of talk about the Rangers missing the playoffs this year. Hot take, but they miss it, question mark? It is a little bit of a hot take because I still think they are a very, very good team. But if they're going to continue to rely heavily on Shesterkin, and obviously the age does play a factor, the Rangers are a relatively older team, it's possible. And the Metropolitan Division is a gauntlet. So it's possible, but I still think the Rangers end up making the playoffs. Zibanejad gets 2 minutes for interference here, so the Devils' power play goes to work. I was so happy that the Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup. Jared was at Game 5, so that is awesome, man. Good for you. Definitely an exciting time. Congrats again to the Golden Knights on their first Stanley Cup in still a very short history. So Jack Hughes trying to set it up here on the power play. Puck in the right corner. Comes out to the top of the point to Luke Hughes. Now over to Bratt. Back to Luke Hughes. Waits. Gives over to Hughes with a drive. That one is blocked. Scramble in front. Puck is behind the net. Toffoli gets to it. Gets it over to Jack Hughes. Now to his brother Luke. Hughes with a drive, and that one is sticked aside by Shesterkin. Bratt retains it. Now to Toffoli. Back to Bratt on the left side. Gets it top of the point to Hughes. Hughes waits. Gets over Jack Hughes' right faceoff dot. Hughes still with it here. Tries to make a pass. Devils keep it in here as the Rangers struggling to get it out. Hughes now over to Bratt. Bratt with about a minute to go on the power play. Waits. Feeds it in front to Toffoli, and he just missed. Now over to Luke Hughes, top of the point. Drops to the Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes waits. Wrist shot. That one is blocked. Backhand try by Toffoli is stopped, and then Shesterkin dives and covers off a backhand try from Nolan Foote with 50 seconds to go on the Devil power play. So a couple of good saves. Shesterkin getting a lot of work here early, just 4.5 minutes in. Devils power play looking pretty good here. A lot less passing than I remember. But good job as Toffoli standing in front of the net. Backhand try was stopped, and then Foote almost accidentally kicked it in. But nonetheless, Shesterkin was able to stop it. So the faceoff won here by the Devils. Gets it top of the point here to Nemec. Nemec tries to keep it in. He does. Gets it over to Graham Clark. Now over there to his teammate. Waits. Gets it to Nemec top of the point. Over the right side to Graham Clark. Clark walks the line. Right shot. And that one goes into the breadbasket of Shesterkin. And we'll get a whistle here. As we got 34 seconds to go on the power play here. Danelle asking, do I think the Metropolitan Division is the toughest in the NHL? I think it absolutely is. You got at least 5 to 6 teams in that division that can compete constantly for playoff spots with so much talent. I think without a doubt, it is the deepest and toughest division in the entire NHL. As now Tyce Thompson, the brother, I think he's the older brother actually. Nonetheless, the brother of Tage Thompson with the puck now in the left corner. As now Shane Bowers now fighting along with a couple Rangers players. Thompson now, puck is still squirting over there with 16 seconds to go on the Devil power play. 37 chips it over to Nemec. Now over to Clark. Clark still with it, stops, looks to set up again, tries to get it over to Thompson. He just gets it to him with 5 seconds to go. Wrist shot there from Thompson to stop by Shesterkin. The Rangers clear, and that'll do it for the Devils' first power play. So a pretty good one from the Devils in terms of getting shots on goal, but Shesterkin kind of already looking like he's in midseason form with the way he's played so far, as he's actually able to make a couple of pretty good shots. As now the Rangers look to try to set something up here. Devils might be going the other way if they hurry, trying to get to the puck, but the Rangers are able to control it. Nearly a 3-on-1 there for New Jersey. As now the Rangers come up, as Zibanejad will dump it over to Schmid, who will just lightly tap it over to Marino. Now over to Kevin Ball, who just earned himself a 3-year contract in the offseason with New Jersey. Curtis Lazar up the left boards now. Lazar still with it. Now behind the net. Tries to get it to his teammate. Gets it back to Lazar, who will chip it around. Both teams still kind of whacking. A feed in front there. Nobody home, but a drive from Colin Miller gets blocked. And the Devils will actually retain the puck and take it back into their own zone. Colin Miller, who was traded in the offseason from the Dallas Stars to New Jersey Devils. He has 1 year left on his contract, looking to bring a little bit more veteran stability to the Devils' blue line after they lost Damon Severson and Ryan Graves to free agency. The Devils will look to come the other way. McLeod chips it over to Clark. Now over to Nolan Foote, and that one's taken away and cleared back into the Devils' zone here as Luke Hughes will go back. And we get, the ref says play on, actually, as Simon Nemec chips it all the way down and just out of the reach of his teammate. And now Luke Hughes will go back. Simon Nemec looking to see if he can make the team out of training camp, the former second overall pick from just a year ago. Now drops off, and a shot there from the Rangers goes wide of Schmid. Now another shot there off the puck, and that one gets blocked in front. So Rangers looking to actually try to control it here. They do. 59 now with the puck. Still waits. Wrist shot, and that one's fought up by Schmid. Scramble in front. Puck is still loose, and the Devils are able to get it out. As McLeod will chip it out of the zone, as both teams will look to try to make a quick change. So first, really good chance for the Rangers, but Akira Schmid with a good save there. There's about 12 and a half minutes to go in this opening period. Still no score. Devils Rangers here, both in their third game of this year's preseason. Now a long feed there goes off the stick of Hughes and behind the net where Shesterkin will play it. Makes a long pass and connects actually to Kreider. Drops it to Zibanejad, but it was out of his reach. And the Rangers try to keep themselves from being offsides, and they cannot. So we get a stoppage of play here with just about 12 minutes to go in the first period. Still no score. Devils Rangers in preseason game number 3. So let's get to some other comments here. Andrew says, Neil, I'm going to Vegas. The Golden Knights play the Nashville Predators in January. That is awesome, man. I hope you have yourself a great time while you're there. Says he might see the Devils play at Vegas or Arizona this year, but don't know yet. It'd be very interesting to go to a college arena, the Mullet Arena, see the Devils take on the Arizona Coyotes. Danelle says, did you know that the Jersey Shore cast, Mike, Nicole, Snooki, Jenny, JWoww, Sammy, and Dina were at the Jets game this past Sunday? Well, it's no wonder why the Jets lost then. I mean, that's obviously, why they lost. And now Taylor Swift is going to be at the next Jets game, and she's going to end up being public enemy number 1. That should be a fun time. I wish one of the Jersey Shore members was able to try to get Zach Wilson going a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. Danelle also said, Neil, looks like it's going to be another bad year of football in the tri-state area. The Jets and Giants, both teams have tough schedules. Yeah, because unfortunately they had much higher expectations than what really the reality is, except with the Jets. Obviously, they weren't prepared to lose Aaron Rodgers just 4 plays into his Jets career, something like that. With the Giants, I mean, it kind of shows that they're a little bit further away from true contention than maybe everybody thought. But we'll see what the Jets do. They take on the Chiefs this week. think they have the Sunday night game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And then the Giants play the following night. They play Monday night against the Seattle Seahawks. So we'll see if both teams can get themselves a big win and move to 2-2. Andrew says JETS, pain. And Gaza says the New York Jets suck. Well, right now they are definitely sucking. So we'll see if they can turn it around before the season becomes a disaster. Nick Bonino is actually on the Rangers now. His 15th NHL season. A couple Stanley Cups with the Pittsburgh Penguins back in 16-17. What's going on, RJ? Good to see you as always, buddy. Hope you had a great summer. And we're happy that you're back with us here, hanging out for these live watch-alongs as we are back underway out of the timeout as the Devils trying to keep it in. Shots on goal 8-3 in favor of New Jersey here. Just 8 minutes into this one as Bratt tries to chip it over. Puck comes out in front. Puck's bouncing. Now Jack Hughes gives it to Bratt, and that shot is gloved down and covered by Shesterkin for the 9th save already for Shesterkin. And there is Peter Laviolette, the new head coach of the New York Rangers. 752 career wins. That is 8th most all time. So he will certainly be looking to maybe get to 800 wins by the end of this year. Only needs 48 more to get to that mark. So that would be interesting. That would be very interesting indeed. As Danelle says, yes, the Jets play the Chiefs on Sunday night and the Seahawks play on Monday night. Exactly as I put it here. As now puck is still in the Rangers zone here. Rangers struggling to get it out right now. Good pressure from New Jersey. Puck comes out to Shesterkin, and he'll actually play it. 11:38 and ticking to go in this first period. It's 39 now, walks the line here, still with the puck. Now he comes out of the Rangers zone, still with it, backhands it, and he'll dump it into the Devils zone. Puck goes all the way around to the other side now to Kaapo Kakko. Now Kakko, that pass just out of the reach. Ranger player falls down, gets it top of the point, over the left side of number 6 with a wrist shot. That one is stopped by Akira Schmid. Ranger still with the puck, tries to get it top of the point. 39 can't control it, and now Tomas Nosek will chip it out of the zone. So a good solid opportunity there for the Blue Shirts, but they could not get one past Akira Schmid as we have 11 minutes to go here in this opening frame. So you're not going to see a whole lot of changes when it comes to the forwards and defensemen throughout the game, but you'll definitely notice changes in net. I think both teams will probably have a different netminder when the second period kind of gets underway. It's down to number 15 with the puck now, gets it over to Tyler Witherspoon. He'll backhand it behind the boards over to Simone Nemec, back to Witherspoon behind the net. Witherspoon tried to get it to somebody, nobody's there. Intercepted by the Rangers. They get it top of the point to Schneider, now over to 56. He tries to deke out a defender, still with the puck now, throws it around the boards over to Braden Schneider. He gets it back over to 56, now over to shot there. The Rangers gets blocked. Rangers keeping it in here with some pretty solid pressure. Rangers still with it now, gets it around to 76. Every time I see 76, I want to say it's Brady Shea, but he's obviously not with the Rangers anymore. Gets it to Schneider now. Top of the point, fakes the slap shot. Wrist shot there, gets blocked to the right corner. Best pressure of the night so far for the Blue Shirts. 76. Over now to 12, gets it top of the point to Schneider. Schneider with a wrist shot through traffic, gets blocked, and the Devils are finally able to get to it as Tyce Thompson will backhand it all the way down, and that will be enough for an icing here with 9:48 to go in the opening period as Tyce Thompson and Nick Bonino with some words against one another here. There is Lindy Ruff, still the head coach of the New Jersey Devils. 52 wins, 112 points last year, both franchise records. And what's interestingly enough is that Lindy Ruff actually had a clause in his contract where he had an extra year that he obviously accepted to make him the head coach of the Devils for this year. So this will officially be the last year of his deal, but it sounds like that GM Tom Fitzgerald and Lindy Ruff are already talking about a contract extension. So we shall see how things go. Now the Devils win the faceoff in their own zone as Tyce Thompson runs over someone as he tries to dump it into the zone. It will not be an easy game for the Giants. No, the Seahawks, man, they've had a lot of success, particularly at MetLife against the Giants over the last couple of years, so that will be a tough one. Giants haven't played since exactly a week ago against the 49ers. As that shot there is stopped by Schmid. Puck is loose in the slot. Puck goes down to the right corner as now Colin Miller gets it for New Jersey. He'll wait, get it, tries to clear it out. He cannot. Rangers with some good pressure here, and now finally the Devils are able to control. Foot Backhand over to Michael McLeod. Gets it now over to Clark. Clark waits. Shot, and that one just goes wide. Nolan Foote gets it over to Clark again. Gets it top of the point now to Luke Hughes. Hughes, spin around, waits, wrist shot, and that deflects up and out of play with 8:54 to go in this first period. So Luke Hughes, a little razzle-dazzle there, but couldn't get the shot on net. Kind of a good opportunity there. The show again, Tice Thompson and this guy, Offman. Yeah, I think it's Offman. Yeah, they had a little pushing and shoving in front of the Ranger bench prior to that, just before that icing a few moments ago. I mean, Danelle, obviously you're kind of preaching to the choir when it comes to, Zach Wilson and the Jets. I mean, Zach Wilson sucks. Let's just put it that way. Giants defense definitely struggling to tackle, but Daniel Jones is also continuing to be Daniel Jones, which is just what exactly we don't want. Neil, did you know that Corey Schneider retired the other day? Yes, I did know that. I actually talked about it on my latest podcast episode. If you haven't, please go check that out. I would highly recommend it. Corey Schneider will go down as one of my all-time favorite New Jersey Devils. Fun fact, he actually is second all-time in games played, wins, minutes played, saves, shutouts, behind Marty Brodeur. He was honestly very good in his prime, but unfortunately the Devils were absolute shite during that time, and they didn't really give him a whole lot of support. And I've argued many times that if the Devils had Corey Schneider now, prime Corey Schneider, on this Devils team, they'd be that much tougher to play against. I promise you that, man. But congratulations to Corey Schneider. 16 years in the NHL, man. Phenomenal job. Couple of score updates from other preseason games. Red Wings and Capitals, no score. Then you have Buffalo against Pittsburgh, no score. So there you go. And also we do have some Thursday night football coming up in about 45 minutes. The Green Bay Packers against the Detroit Lions. I believe that game is in Lambeau Field. So that'll be the first time since Aaron Rodgers is what ended up being his final game as a Packer in Week 18. I think it was Week 18 when they lost and got knocked out of the playoff contention. My good friend Kat Connors, big-time Islander fan. Good to see you, Kat, as always. I hope you are doing well, and thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We always appreciate it as we are back to the action here as Kevin Ball, now with the puck in his own zone, chips it over. Try just out of the reach of Jack Hughes. Would have been off to the races as now Mika Zibanejad dumps it back into the Devils' zone. Kevin Ball gets back there. It's intercepted there by Schneider. Puck wraps around, gets to Kreider. Now it's Zibanejad with a shot and a big-time save from Akira Schmid right in the slot as that puck came right out perfectly to Zibanejad. As now the Rangers with an opportunity. Lafreniere behind the net. Alexis Lafreniere over to his teammate, and he whiffed on it. Devils trying to get it out as Toffoli chips it over to Kevin Ball. Ball's still with it. Gets it back over now to I believe that's John Marino. So now Hughes chips it over to Curtis Lazar. Lazar comes up the center of the ice, gets around to Rangers players, gets the puck in the left corner. Both teams whacking at it now in the Ranger left corner as 39 gets it for the Rangers, and that puck will slowly make its way out of the zone. Shots on goal as that puck deflects up and out of play are now 10-5 in favor of the Devils. So this has been, Rangers have had some good chances right there. We just saw off a turnover as Zibanejad with a good shot. Nice toe drag there, but a good save from Akira Schmid, who is playing in his second game of the preseason, played in the 4-2 win that Devils had on Monday against Montreal. The Sabres right now, they are a team that I think could definitely make a run at the playoffs this year. I could definitely see them, especially now we hear in the news, Andrei Vasilevsky is out the first 2 months after getting surgery. The Lightning might not make the playoffs this year, and that might open for a team like the Buffalo Sabres to finally get back into the Stanley Cup playoffs, which I think, honestly, the Sabres being good, in my opinion, is good for the game of hockey. As that puck is dumped back into the Rangers zone here. Rangers a long feed off the stick of Nemeth as that goes all the way back down to Akira Schmid, who will play it with 7:10 to go in this first period. As now puck is loose in the right corner here. But now Colin Mill will flip it out of the zone. Now Devils look to go get it into the offensive zone now as Nolan Foote gets there first into the right corner. Puck comes around to the left side here, but the Rangers will get to it, and they'll flip it out of the zone here. So Now chips it over to, I believe that is Adam Fox, who will certainly be a top candidate to try to go get himself a Norris Trophy this year. I think he's going to make a really good run at it. I think he's up for another big time year. Number 23 for the blue shirts is now 56, has the puck, waits, throws it in front there, but just out of reach of his teammate with 6.5 minutes to go in the first. Puck goes into the left corner here. That's taken away by the Rangers, and that shot goes high and wide of Schmid. Another bad turnover there nearly cost the Devils as that shot from the point gets blockered aside by Akira Schmid, and now Graham Clark will calmly dump it back into the Rangers zone. So two good, really opportunities in the slot off takeaways for the Rangers, but they could not cash in either time. As that puck pops up into the air, it eventually makes its way out of play with 6:04 to go in this first period. Still no score. Kat says she's doing well. Who you got? Lions versus Packers tonight. Got to go with my man Dan Campbell and those Detroit Lions, man. They are really a team that I think could definitely make a run at getting into the playoffs, and who knows what could happen once they get in. I'd love to see the Lions make a run at the Super Bowl, man. I think it's great for football. Dan Campbell is one of the most well-liked coaches in the NFL. He's just great, man. If you haven't seen his opening speech from the first episode of Hard Knocks last year on HBO, I highly recommend you go check it out on YouTube. It's hilarious, but that just makes Dan Campbell that much more of a likable character. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Lions tonight to get the win on the road against the Packers. Should be a good one. Yankees and Blue Jays, no score in the bottom of the third. Gaza says if the Sabres win the Stanley Cup, he will eat his hat. He has over 2,000 to choose from, so a lot of options there if he wants to do that. I think that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny, actually. Mets did hockey Jersey night a couple days ago at Citi Field. Yep. And each team did have a representative as now Jack Hughes comes in. Hughes feeds it there over to 46, just out of his reach with 5:18 to go in this opening period. Eric Hall was there for the Devils, Cal Clutterbuck for the Islanders, and then Jimmy Vesey was there for the Rangers. The jersey itself was very mids, but that's kind of what I expect from like a cheap knockoff giveaway that the Mets had. If you haven't seen it yet, I don't recommend you see it because it's awful. It's just awful. Let's go on to Tyler Fink. He says, I'm scared that them Rangers out there and trying to inquire someone on the Devils because of the playoffs. We'll see. We'll see how things progress. I don't think any team's going to make any major moves before the season gets underway unless you're Tampa, and obviously you got to figure out what you got to do with the goaltending while Vasilevsky is out the first 2 months. But I think other than that, you won't see any big-time moves. Obviously, the big name that is still out there in the free agent market is Patrick Kane. We still don't know when exactly he's going to be fully healthy and ready to go for the upcoming season. Saw a video earlier today that looks like he is actually doing pretty well coming off of hip surgery. And we'll see what his options are when it's time for him to maybe make a decision. Now an opportunity if the Rangers drops it off. Waits, Blake Wheeler throws it in front. That shot just goes wide. Oh, good opportunity there for Blake Wheeler. Came over as a free agent after being bought out by the Winnipeg Jets in the offseason, the former longtime Winnipeg Jets captain, and the last remaining Atlanta Thrasher that was still on the Winnipeg Jets. So officially ends an era, which, the era's been over for a long time, but nonetheless, nostalgia. 3:43 to go in this first period. Both teams with some good opportunities here, Devils Rangers, but so far, neither team has found the back of the net here in their third preseason game. That's now 59. Drops it off to Miller with a shot, and that one just goes wide of Schmid. And a turnaround try there gets blocked before it hits the net. As now Simone Nemec will flip it out of the zone, just out of the zone. Now 37 will dump it back in for the Devils. So now Shane Bowers, just out of his reach, gets it over to Dowling. I have no idea who that is for the Devils. Tyce Thompson now gets it top of the point. Feeds it over now to John Marino. Marino stops, still with it now, waits, still has it, holds, walking the line, gets it over to Tyce Thompson. He waits, wrist shot gets blocked, and goes all the way back down into the Devils zone with just under 3 minutes to go here in this first period. So now Kevin Ball will feed it over to John Marino. Now Marino gets it over to Jack Hughes, who will flip it into the zone. Now the Rangers will control here with 2:45 and ticking to go in this opening frame. So that puck actually deflects, and I believe they're going to say it deflected out of play, and it did. So just about 2:45 to go in this first period. Still no score here between the Devils and the Rangers. RJ says next preseason game, September 30th, so that will be Saturday night, as the Devils will be in the city of brotherly love, taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. Devils played the Flyers in their first preseason game on Monday, a 6-0 thrashing by the Devils on the Philadelphia Flyers in that one. Yes, thank you so much, RJ. Again, guys, make sure to hit that like button if you like what you see. Also, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified of every time we go live here on THPN. So I hope you guys have really had an awesome summer, man. But again, like I said, we are all just super excited as hockey fans to finally have hockey to watch, hockey to talk about. It's great, man. And I'm so excited to be doing this again. Live watch-alongs here. This will be the third year that I've been on doing live watch-alongs here on THPN. So I thank everybody for hanging out with us. As always, even though it is just the preseason, but we're going to be doing a lot. We're going to be doing a lot of live watch-alongs throughout the year. We have a lot more hosts. We have over 100 podcasts now on THPN. So you're going to see a lot of new people, a lot of awesome guys to interact with. Obviously, your boy is still going to be here. We're going to be covering all the big-time games. And also, we do have a little bit of, let's say we have another interesting type of show, video content that you guys are going to want to make sure you're tuned into over the next couple of weeks when we announce it here on THPN. You're not going to want to miss it. Brendan Othman, who I mentioned before, 29 goals, 38 assists for 67 points with Flint and also Peterborough, both in the Ontario Hockey League. So I guess he's a Rangers prospect. Yes, we are right now currently 13 days away from the start of the NHL regular season. Devils' first game will be Thursday the 12th, so exactly 2 weeks from now when they take on the Detroit Red Wings in the first of a back-to-back. Play the Red Wings, and then the following night they're at home against the Arizona Coyotes, I believe. So two, what you would assume to be somewhat winnable games for the Devils to kick off the year. Here we go, as there's a face-off right in front of the Devils bench here with 2:41 to go in this first period. Again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to leave a score prediction in the chat. We allow you guys to leave it in there until the start of the third period, so make sure you guys do that while you have the chance. So now Kevin Ball wraps it around the boards here with 2.5 minutes to go in the first. As now the puck comes out and the Devils almost got a 2-on-1 there. Puck stays in play. Devils now with it. Tomas Nosek with a shot that gets blocked. The Devils did have numbers there, but Nosek couldn't get the shot on net. So now Kreider chips it over to his teammate. As he can't get it out here, as now Nosek still with it. Puck is in front of the Devils bench. And then the Devils will control here as both teams make a change with 2 minutes exactly to go in this first period. Shots on goal 11-8 in favor of the Devils right now. Puck in the right corner here is Jesper Bratt. Tried to throw it in front, but nobody was home. Jack Hughes trying to keep it in, but now it's taken away by the Rangers. Here comes the Rangers as they'll dump it into the right corner here. Luke Hughes lost it for a moment, but Jack Hughes able to go and pick his brother up. He'll chip it back to Colin Miller, and now Miller will slowly make his way up as we're down to about 90 seconds to go in this first period. We'll see if either team can get a late goal here before this period wraps up as Luke Hughes slowly makes his way up the left side, still with it, weaves around, gets over to Toffoli. Toffoli with a backhand try that's easily fought off by Shesterkin. Puck behind the net, comes down in front, but again, nobody home. Jack Hughes now gets it for the Devils. Hughes waits, gets it over to Simone Nemec. Nemec over now to Toffoli, couldn't get it on. Puck comes out, and the Devils score! It actually ended up hitting off of somebody, but it's going to be Tyler Toffoli who gets the goal. Technically speaking, his first as a Devil, and with 1:09 to go in the first, the Devils strike first. It's 1-0. So we'll see again here on the replay. Jack Hughes getting it over to the left side to Simone Nemec, who then fed it over to Toffoli. Toffoli lost it, then backhanded it, and it hit through the legs of Shesterkin and in. Kind of a weak goal to give up if you're Shesterkin. They'll slow it down here on the replay. It hit off of Shesterkin's stick as he tried to poke check it, and he ended up poke checking it through his own legs. So nonetheless, it is a goal for the Devils, and they lead 1-0 here now with 1 minute to go. As a takeaway shot there is blocked over to Nemec with a shot, and a great diving glove save is made by Shesterkin as he robs Simone Nemec of what looked like a surefire goal, but a great bounce back save for Igor right there, but another poor turnover by the Rangers. Devils nearly doubled the lead here. But a great save nonetheless by Shesterkin as Simone Nemec looking for his second goal of the preseason. Face off in the defensive zone, won by the Rangers. Gets it off the boards and out with 50 seconds to go in the first. So we'll see if the Rangers can respond here before this period comes to an end. That puck is in the right corner here in the Devils zone. Puck comes out in front. Gets it over now. Here comes Michael McLeod. He gets knocked off the puck. Devils trying to get to it. They cannot. 35 seconds of ticking to go. That puck's intercepted. Here comes Nolan Foote. Loses his step. Gets it back to McLeod. Tries to get it back to Foote. But the pass was weak. And now it's taken away and coming the other way are the Rangers with 23 seconds to go. As that puck pops up in the air. And that will be an out, as that was a fly ball to center field that was caught by the center fielder known as Akira Schmid. Did I just reference baseball there for the last 30 seconds? Yep. Am I going to apologize for it? Nope. Tyler Toffoli, 227 goals, 239 assists for 466 points in his 11 seasons in the NHL. So he only needs 36 more points to reach 500. I would expect that he's going to reach that at some point this season. Face-off won by the Rangers in the O-zone. Rich shot there. It gets blocked. Someone's stick is loose. It's actually Curtis Lazar's. 13 seconds to go in the period. Rangers looking for maybe one last chance here. Puck is still in that left corner. Both teams whacking at it. 5 seconds to go in the period. Puck comes over to number 6. That shot gets blocked. Scramble into the left corner again. And time expires as we come to the end of the first period. So Tyler Toffoli, with a little bit of luck off the stick of Igor Shesterkin, nonetheless gets himself his first goal of the preseason as he gives the Devils a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. So the Devils, who I think you can make an argument were probably the better of the two teams through the most part of that period, although the Rangers, I think, had a couple of good chances later on in that period. They end up getting rewarded as they end up getting the first goal, and so they have a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. RJ, again, telling us Devils' first game of the season and home opener. That will be Thursday, October 12th, 7:30 p.m. start time against the Detroit Red Wings. MLB update, Pirates up 3-1 over the Philadelphia Phillies right now. There you go. Neil says, Neil, did you hear about the Tampa Bay Rays are getting a new stadium in downtown St. Petersburg? It's honestly about time, about damn time, that the Tampa Bay Rays finally got themselves a new stadium, man. And looking forward to seeing what it looks like when it's all said and done. I've seen some renderings, but nonetheless, definitely excited to see when it's actually fully in action. Our good friend and longtime supporter, Jacob, is in the chat with us. He's going with a Rangers 3-2 win in overtime. Okay, still a lot of time left to be right about that. I don't know if we've had a lot of overtime games so far in the preseason. Still plenty of time for Rangers comeback. Of course, it's 1-0 after 20 minutes. So a lot of hockey left to play for sure. End of the first period in the nation's capital as the Red Wings and Capitals are tied with no score in that one. My wonderful mother, as always, in the chat. I missed your live alongs. Devils up 1-0 and more to come. Thank you so much, as always, for the support. And yeah, hopefully a lot more to come for the Devils as they've now scored already 11 goals through, 7 periods of play. So their offense is certainly there, and they're still not even playing their full team. No score between the Sabres and Penguins. That's my brother who is trying to finish a puzzle while in here, as usual. No score again. Sabres and Penguins after one. Jacob obviously got to be happy with his Vegas Golden Knights winning the Stanley Cup last year. And obviously they will be one of the favorites coming out of the West again, despite some injuries and obviously some question marks. But I still think they're going to be a tough team to go up against in that Western Conference. So before we continue on here, we're going to step aside for our first time tonight to get a word from our sponsors. So as always, guys, a big shout out and thank you to our sponsors over at DraftKings Sportsbook for always sponsoring us on THPN on these live watch-alongs, everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. As always, guys, when you sign up for DraftKings, make sure to use our promo code THPN, and don't forget to tell them that your boy Neil Villapiano sent you. And again, make sure to play responsibly. So we are here at the first intermission report. Again, this is Devils Rangers here in preseason game number 3. And after 20 minutes of play, it is Tyler Toffoli, one of the new acquisitions for the New Jersey Devils, with a little bit of luck and a little bit of help from Igor Shesterkin, that gives the Devils a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. I think overall in that first period, I felt like the first half of it, the Devils were the better team. They came out with a lot of speed, a lot of energy, a couple of really good chances early on. I think they had 8 shots on goal through the first 4 or 5 minutes. But Shesterkin really was, for the most part, locked and loaded in that period. Rangers slowly started to find themselves in the back end of that period, had a couple of really good opportunities, but could not cash in as Akira Schmid made all the saves that he had to make. Igor Shesterkin also had a big-time diving glove save on Simon Nemec seconds after he gave up the Toffoli goal, nearly gave up a second goal there right away. So I think the interesting thing now is that I'm curious to see what type of changes you'll see from both teams. I think that there's a good chance you might see at least 1, maybe 2 new goaltenders in this game. I think Lindy Ruff even mentioned it, that you might see 3 different goaltenders, each playing 1 period. We'll see. We'll see how things go once we get back underway in the second period here. Jacob says Knights will win the West again and win back-to-back cups, beating the Canes a low-scoring 7 games. You know what? That's honestly not that light. It's not even an outlandish prediction. I could definitely see that. When you look at the Western Conference, you look at some of the teams that are definitely top there. You have Vegas. You still have Colorado, who's going to be looking to try to redeem themselves. You do have the Dallas Stars. And also you got that up-and-coming Seattle Kraken team, man. They're definitely a team that could be a dark horse candidate that could make a deep run. Remember, they lost in 7 games to the Dallas Stars in round 2. They nearly went to the conference finals. Who knows what would have happened in that conference finals if it was Seattle against Vegas? Would have been one hell of a series, I think. I think it would have gone better than Dallas versus Vegas, in my opinion. And then as far as the Eastern Conference is concerned, obviously I think the team to beat in the East right now is the Carolina Hurricanes, with how deep their team is. Offensively, one of the best defensive cores. Solid goaltending there with Freddie Anderson and also Antti Ranta. You do have the New Jersey Devils, who I think right now are favored to win the Cup at 9-1 odds via DraftKings. So you might want to take some money on that. You still have the Toronto Maple Leafs. And yes, they finally got over the hump and won a playoff series, but they still got a long way to go, man. But they're going to obviously still remain up there as one of those teams that could come out of the East because of how talented they are. So, we'll have to wait and see. Rangers obviously are going to be up there as well. I know some people want to put a lot of stock into the Pittsburgh Penguins, especially after acquiring Erik Karlsson during the offseason, but they have very little to no goaltending. People talk about the Devils have, questions in net. I have a lot of questions about what the Penguins have to offer in terms of between the pipes. So we'll see. We'll see. But those are definitely the teams that I mentioned, for the most part, are the teams you're definitely going to expect to be Stanley Cup contenders going into this season. The West is very bad. There's about 4 good teams: Vegas, Oilers, Avs, Stars, and Bedard by himself. I did forget to mention the Edmonton Oilers. Thank you, Jacob, for reminding me. Yeah, obviously the Edmonton Oilers as well, with Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. I mean, those 2 guys are obviously going to carry a lot of the load for that team, and it's about, once they get in the playoffs, are they going to be good enough to get through the gauntlet of those 4 rounds and try to win a Stanley Cup? Avs, I mentioned 4 Stars. I think you're not giving the Seattle Kraken enough credit. And Chicago's rebuilding. And yes, they're going to be something to keep your eye on because of the fact that Connor Bedard is there. There's a lot of excitement with him playing alongside former Hart Trophy winner and former New Jersey Devil Taylor Hall. But that's still not a very good team. So, they're going to be a struggle. Are they going to be one of the worst? I think they'll be lower in the standings, but, they'll definitely have a lot to keep your eye on, especially with Connor Bedard being there. And look, the Chicago Blackhawks are going to sell out every night anyway. So just adding an exciting player like Connor Bedard to kind of build around is just going to make it that much easier for those fans to come every night and see that team develop and, progress as they try to get back to their championship ways. It is good to see you as well, Angus, my man. I hope you are doing well. I personally am doing very well. As I mentioned before, I'm just very excited to be back doing live watch-alongs, excited to be back talking hockey, watching hockey with all of you guys. Excited to be obviously covering my boys in the red and black and the New Jersey Devils, who certainly have a lot of high expectations going into the year. Just overall very excited. Missed talking to you guys, missed interacting with you guys. And this is the first of many live watch-alongs that I'm going to be doing here on THPN. So again, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell as well. We got a couple of other preseason games going on later tonight. Got the Avs against the Wild starting at 8. That'll probably start in about 15, 20 minutes from now. Same thing with the Blues and the aforementioned Chicago Blackhawks. And then later tonight, around 10 p.m. Eastern, Vancouver against Seattle. So there you go. There you go. So we definitely have some preseason. If the Kraken can trade for a better goalie, then maybe a good team, but I don't see them getting very far if they make the offs. Well, again, this is a Kraken team that went all the way to Game 7 of the second round. I don't think they're going to end up regressing. I do agree with you, though, Jacob. They do have questions in net with, obviously, Drieger, as well as, Grubauer, who has not been anywhere near the player that the Kraken thought they were getting when they signed him. I have made the argument, personally, because people have talked about this guy numerous times throughout the offseason, and that's Connor Hellebuyck. I know a lot of people want to pin him to certain teams like maybe Buffalo, maybe New Jersey as well, but I think where he ends up going is Seattle. Because I think that the Kraken, with the young talent that they have in their system and all the picks they have, I think that they could make a deal that could work for Winnipeg if the Jets end up trading him if things are not going the way they would go. I think if you add a Connor Hellebuyck to that Kraken team with how solid they are defensively, and honestly, the low-key offense that they can bring, I think that could be a really tough team to face off against in the playoffs. So we'll see. Looks like the Blues are in rebuild mode. You know what, Angus, man? You guys had a good little run there. You won a Stanley Cup in 2019. Obviously, you know, guys like Tarasenko and Morgan, and I was going to say Morgan Riley, Ryan O'Reilly are gone. It's okay. It happens. Eventually you do have to rebuild, especially as you get older. So, I think for Blues fans, just try to enjoy the ride, except that you have Jordan Binnington, which is not fun. It's not fun at all. Is this game on ESPN Plus? I'm not sure if it is. I know it's on MSG and MSG 2, and that's obviously for the local broadcast. It might be. You could obviously look it up. I'm not really sure. For Gaza, who I mentioned before, across the pond over in England, it's 1 a.m. in Birmingham, England, where I'm watching Neil from, and I have cracked open a beer and got some snacks. Gaza, man, that is awesome. I appreciate the dedication for you, even though it is very late where you are, man. By the time it gets to that time here, I will be dead asleep. For sure. But I appreciate you hanging out with us, man. Gaza, I actually need to ask you this question. Obviously, you live in England, and I understand. And I don't want to bring out any stereotypes. But if you are a fan of soccer or football, as they will say over in Europe, who are you a supporter of? I know in the Premier League, I'm a big Liverpool fan, been a Liverpool fan for years. Fun fact, Nico Hischier of the New Jersey Devils, the captain, is actually a Liverpool supporter as well. But I kind of want to hear your thoughts. And also, if anybody else wants to chime in, more than welcome to. If they get hell up, meaning the Kraken, then the NHL is done. That young team plus a great goalie will make them a cup contender 100%. Fair enough. That's exactly the way I look at it as well, Jacob. I think we both can certainly agree on that. The Lakers will start D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves in the backcourt next season. Honestly, pretty solid backcourt. Not going to lie. If you guys want, we could talk about, I'm sure somebody wants to ask me about the Dame Lillard trade. Maybe we'll talk about it during the second intermission as well. By the way, in case you haven't hung out with me before, not only do we obviously talk about hockey, but we also talk about other sports as well to kind of pass the time and interact. Here are some of the games for tomorrow. There's actually 9 games going on tomorrow. The Rangers actually play tomorrow in that one. tomorrow, so we'll see. I once got lost in Birmingham years ago late at night. That's rough. HBF, man, good to see you as always. Hope you're doing well. Thank you as always for hanging out with us, man. Really do appreciate it. Go give a like on the stream while you're at it. Gaza is a fan of Leicester City. I have been for 11 years. It's awesome, man. Good for you. I know they had that miracle run a couple of years ago to win the Premier League title. I watched the documentary on that. It was fascinating, man. It was fascinating that team was able to do the kind of damage that they did, man. That was a phenomenal year for them. But that's cool, man. That's cool. You're the first Leicester City fan I've ever met. Devils are playing the Rangers again. Channel is on MSG and MSG tonight. Thank you, RJ. Where is Shohei going? Anywhere but the Angels, I think. I'm saying I think it's going to be the Seattle Mariners personally. They're a team on the rise. They might make the playoffs this year. We'll see over the next couple of days. But I definitely could see them going there. They have that Japanese influence. They've had Ichiro there before. That's a pretty big fan base. And he stays on the West Coast, which still works time zone and everything for his fans over in Japan. So that's my prediction. I think he ends up as a Seattle Mariner. HBF, it has certainly been a while. Angus, fun fact, my brother is also a fan of the Wolverhampton Wanderers, or the Wolves, having their usual start of them being slow. They are off to a pretty rough start. I saw them play against Liverpool and had an early lead, but let it vanquish pretty quickly. And Wolves got to be careful not to get relegated. I know it's early, but still. Cat's a big Chelsea fan, so obviously go Blues. Jacob with the underrated AFC Bournemouth fan over here. I believe they have Tyler Adams, the former New York Red Bull American player. I think also Bournemouth is kind of struggling in the PL this year. Not entirely sure. Angus said, yeah, Leicester City won the Premier League back in 2017, or 2016 actually. Gaza, correct him, it's 2016. It says, my voice has changed a lot. Happens sometimes as you get older, man. What is going on, Soph? Good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for hanging out with us, my friend. We do appreciate it. And don't forget to leave a like on the stream and also subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely not because Vegas owns a part of them. Actually, you know what, Jacob? I think you did tell me that the owner of the Vegas Golden Knights is a part owner of Bournemouth, which makes sense for you. It's an easy team to pick from, right? You know what the score of the Penn Sabres game is? At last we spoke, and RJ put it in the chat earlier, it was no score between the Sabres and Penguins after one period of play. And again, it is 1-0 Devils after 20 minutes of play here as we're just moments away from the start of the second period. HBF went Bardowski last night. Love to hear it, man. Absolutely love to hear it. RJ, another score update, this time in baseball. Blue Jays up 1-0 in the bottom of the third thanks to a Dalton Varsho home run. So, there you go. Also, RJ's a big New York sports fan, so he's going to pull out a New York sports in there. I always think that's fun, just because I think it'll give you guys kind of like a perspective of different sports in different parts of the country and also different parts of the world if you're coming in from different areas. Season starts soon for my boy HBF, man. Wish you nothing but the best this upcoming year. And again, happy hockey season, everybody. Yes, the legendary, or I don't even know, some people might not say legendary, but owner of the Avalanche, Stan Kroenke, also owns Arsenal, Colorado Rapids, and also the Los Angeles Rams and Denver Nuggets. This man has won 3 consecutive championships in different sports the last 3 years. Super Bowl, Stanley Cup, and then just won an NBA championship. So the Stan Kroenke family is doing very well. Lexi Lafreniere, 16 goals, 23 assists for a measly 39 points. Definitely a make-it-or-break-it year for the former number 1 overall pick. One of the young guys that the Rangers want to get going here. But here we go, as we are now underway in the second period of our game. 1-0 Devils against the Rangers here in preseason game number 3. The Devils will flip it over to Foley, who has the only goal of the night, dumps it in. Shesterkin's still in net for the Rangers. When I get a chance, I'll see if the Devils made any changes behind the net for them. Puck comes out to center ice as Jack Hughes will backhand it into the zone as both teams will make a change. Kyle Dubas definitely finding a way to acquire Erik Karlsson and also shedding salary. That's something I've never seen before. That is quite impressive from Dubas. 4-1 Braves over the Cubs, another MLB update. Jacob says he might be joining the video team from his local team, the Truro Junior A Bearcats. That's awesome, Jacob. Good for you, man. I hope you get that opportunity. As that shot deflects and is saved by Schmid, and then a backhand try goes wide. So Schmid's still in there for New Jersey. Both teams keeping their starting goaltenders in. As that shot gets blocked and goes up and out of play, as we're just a minute 6 in to the second period, but a great deflection there from Cooley, number 50 on the Rangers there, as he was nearly able to get one past Akira Schmid, and then that rebound opportunity was even better, but Schmid made both saves. Good job there from Akira Schmid. I'll try to score every game this year for you in U15. Awesome, HBF. Can't wait to hear about it. Crocky might be losing out on the 2026 World Cup. Yeah, I know that it's not an ideal venue for the World Cup final. I'm still banking on it's going to end up being MetLife Stadium. And granted, I think it'll be grass and not turf, so nobody will tear their ACL while they're playing in that game. But, we'll see. I think it makes sense. With the World Cup being in North America in 2026, I think it only makes sense that it would be played in the biggest media market in the world, or one of the biggest media markets in the world. As now Tomas Nosek behind the net, feeds it in front there to Lazar. Opportunity again, and both times it was snuffed out by Igor Shesterkin. So Curtis Lazar, who actually did score a goal at MSG last year in the playoffs, he scored the first goal of game number 6. He actually got traded from the Vancouver Canucks to the New Jersey Devils at the trade deadline. During the year, this is the second year of the 3-year, $1 million contract that he has. He's making $1 million per year, so that's $3 million over 3 years. So he had, in 9 NHL seasons, 453 career games. Lazar has 38 goals, 57 assists for 95 points. So Lazar just 5 points away from reaching the century mark of his career. Not bad for what is pretty much a fourth liner, but a very solid one. The man that I like to call Laser Beam. I'm sure he's been called that before, but I like to call him Laser Beam. He's going to icing here against the Devils. 18:04 to go in the second period. Let's see. Soph says, can't wait for hockey season to get up and running. Me too, man. It is going to be awesome when the regular season finally gets underway. Fun fact, for the first time in 30 years, the Yankees, Cardinals, and Boston Red Sox will not be in the playoffs. And you know what? Out of those 3 teams, the Yankees deserve to make the playoffs the least because Aaron Boone sucks. Brian Cashman sucks. And Hal Steinbrenner is a sorry excuse for an owner. If you think I'm mad, you would be correct about the Yankees. So I don't want to talk about the Yankees anymore. There's a feed in front there, scramble in front, Rangers trying to whack at it, and eventually Akira Schmid covers it. There's now a little pushing there after the whistle. Kevin Ball and this guy named Blid is now Lazar screwing a little pushing and shoving too. So a little bit of fisticuffs here, a tiny bit from both these Hudson River rivals. RJ says, Washington Capitals' Joel Edmondson is now expected to be out the next 4 to 6 weeks after, hurting his hand. So obviously the Capitals will be a little short-handed on the back end for the first couple of weeks to month of the regular season. Cat is hoping that Jared Goof, a.k.a. Jared Goff, has himself a good game tonight. I think he will. Obviously, when he has a bad game, you call him Jared Goof, and when he has a good game, he's just Jared Goff. So we'll see if he can do it. I think he will. I think it'll be a pretty good game between the Packers and Lions, which should be starting up in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Angus, who obviously is a Cardinals fan, says Cardinals suck bad too. Need to get John Maziliak and Ollie Marmel out. I have no idea who either one of those people are. Angus believes this is the worst Cardinals team in over 100 years. That is saying something. And yeah, the Cardinals were pretty bad this season. Soph says the Pittsburgh Pirates suck, and I'm a Pirates fan. And look, they had a better season than I think some people expected. I think they're a young team that could do things. It's a turnaround try there by Jack Hughes. Tried the wraparound, but couldn't get it on net. But I think the Pirates actually show some promise as long as they don't trade people like they do every year. They signed Brian Reynolds to a long-term deal and things like, and they have Brian Hayes, and they have O'Neal Cruz. They have a pretty good team. And I think if they just keep building, man, I think they could be something in the future. And speaking of the Pirates, they're up 3-1 on the Philadelphia Phillies in the bottom of the seventh. Fun fact about that game, Bryce Harper had an absolutely hilarious ejection from tonight's game. I would highly recommend you go look it up on Twitter. It's really funny. It's very funny. So we have a penalty coming up here against the Rangers as Toffoli drops it over there to Nemec. Nemec loses it. Actually, no, it wasn't a penalty. It looked like it was just delayed offsides. Here come the Rangers, though. Drops it off, waits, gets over to 50 with a shot, and that one hit off the post. Schneider with an opportunity. It's fought off by Schmid. Oh, the Rangers with their best opportunity of the night. But the post denies them on that one. Rangers keeping it in on the forecheck. Still with it now. Waits. Turnaround shot is saved by Schmid. Puck comes down in front. Jesper Bratt trying to flip it out. He cannot. Rangers still with it now. Wraps it around the boards. Gets over to Capo Caco. He stops. Still in the right corner. Using the body behind the net now. Waits. Still with it now. Shot 7-1 in favor of the Rangers in this period. So they've definitely been the better team so far early in this one. In this second period is now Fox gets it over to 17. I believe that's Blake Wheeler, if I'm not mistaken. That is. Now puck behind the net right now. Both teams kind of whacking at it. Devils got to get it out of the zone. Nemec gets to it, flips it over, but a bad turnover there. Wheeler keeps it in. 76 now, over to 12. Gets it top of the point to Fox. Leads it over to Miller. Miller reps it around the boards here. Rangers still with the puck now. Puck now into the right corner here. Just about 5 minutes into this period. Jack Hughes trying to chip it out. He cannot. Rangers still with it now. Now have it behind the net. As now Nemec chips it around off the boards. Gets it to Jack Hughes. 76 now. Takes it for New York. Miller now over to Fox. Miller now over to 76. Gets it over to the right side. Devils have guys over there well over in 2 minutes as that shot just gets deflected wide. And we have a delayed penalty here. It's going to be against the Devils with 14:32 to go in this second period. So the Rangers' aggressive forechecking pays off as they get themselves their first crack at the power play. So we'll see as Witherspoon got rocked before by Kuehl. As we'll see what the Rangers can do on their first man advantage here as they look to try to tie this game up. 4-1 Braves still over the Cubs in the top of the third. Angus says Mozeliak, I guess he's the GM of the Cardinals, is chief general manager, and Marmel is a competent manager. Sounds a lot like the Yankees, if you ask me. As now face-off won here by the Devils, and they'll clear. I believe it was an interference call. Not sure who it was against. Neil, what will the Devils jersey design be in the Stadium Series? In a perfect world, Gaza, in a perfect world, I'd like it to be a carbon copy of the Hurricanes one from last year. If it could be black with red, I think that would look cool. That's my opinion. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. Other than that, my expectations are very low. As now Lafreniere takes a shot that gets blocked. Kreider regains it for New York. Gets it top of the point to Fox. Adam Fox with it now, still has the top of the blue line, feeds it over to the slot, now to Zibanejad, back to Fox. Now a drive for Zibanejad, and that one's fought up by Schmid. Zibanejad gets it right back to Fox, gets it over now to Lafreniere, tries to feed it in front, nobody home, and Curtis Lazar clears. So maybe a little bit of hesitation there from Lafreniere. On that one, as we got 1 minute to go on the Ranger power play, 13 and a half minutes to go in the second, still 1-0 here, Devils, in this preseason game number 3. It's Keandre Miller. He throws off Luke Hughes on that one. Keeps the puck in for New York. Gets it now over to Miller. Miller, top of the point. Waits, gets it over, feeds it in front there to Capo Caco, and that shot is fought off by Akira Schmid. Miller with a drive. That one gets blocked. Caco behind the net. Chips over to his teammate with 35 seconds to go in the power play. Miller over to Wheeler. Wheeler with a wrist shot, and that one deflects high to the left corner here. Devils trying to get it out. Miller over to Luke Hughes. Luke Hughes still with it now. He's not going to dump it. He's taking it over. Gets it over to his teammate. That's 46 stops. He'll kill some time here with 15 seconds to go on the power play. Here come the Rangers. Maybe one last chance here. Over to Wheeler. But it's going to be offsides. 12 seconds to go on the Ranger power play. A couple decent chances, but Akira Schmid, when he's had to, made some good saves. They show the replay of Miller kind of grabbing the arm of Luke Hughes and kind of WWE style, kind of throwing him down. Luke Hughes seems to be fine. He is coming off an injury, which is not ideal to see him kind of get hit like that in his first game back, but he seems to be okay. What is going on, Andrew B? Good to see you as always, my friend. I'm doing well. I'm excited to be back doing live watch logs, man, and I appreciate you and everyone's support here as that high-rising Shopman's advantage ad goes up and out of play as the power play expires. So the Rangers cannot cash in here, and they're still trailing 1-0 with 12:31 to go in this second period here. Still 1-0 Devils. Who is my favorite NFL announcer? Kat, that's a good question. Favorite NFL? That is a really good one. I'm probably leaning, I have favorite NFL announcer.
Chris Collinsworth.
No, it's not Chris Collinsworth. I'd probably say I'm a big Jim Nantz guy. Definitely like his style. I also love Ian Eagle, who does basically every sport and makes it as entertaining as anybody. So those would probably be my two guys that I would say I like the most. Bob Wischusen is another good one, but he does mostly radio for the New York Jets. He also does some NHL games on ESPN. Does some college football too. Really good guy. Really good energy. Another update here. Still no score between the Penguins and Sabres in their preseason game. 11:26 to go in that second period. But again, still 1-0 here. Devils in this second period. Again, the goal came from Tyler Toffoli late in the first period. He took a backhand shot, hit off of the stick of Shesterkin, went through his legs and into the back of the net for what I would consider to be a very soft goal. But this feels a lot more like, a typical Devils-Rangers game. Even though both teams don't have their full roster out there, I think you're seeing a lot of back-and-forth opportunities from both teams. And it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun to cover this game, man. And like I said before, really, really excited and happy to be back doing this. Again, 12:31 to go. There's a cute little Rangers fan in the stands.
Chapman?
I actually got offered tickets to go to this game tonight, but it was like $100 per ticket. I was not going to spend $100 a ticket to go see a preseason game. Andrew says, no red wine tonight. No wine tonight, man. It's preseason. I'm trying to wait till the regular season to kind of get underway with that. So do not fret. It will be back. Score update. Wow. Minnesota Wild, less than 3 minutes into the start of their preseason game tonight against the Avalanche, have a 1-0 lead. I don't know who Jay Dowling is on the Devils. He's wearing 37 for the Devils. Anyone other than Pavel Zacha, I'm happy about, but that's just me. Shots in this period, 10-1 in favor of the Rangers. Total shots 19-13 in favor of the Rangers. So the Rangers have definitely come out and been the dominant team in the second period. Had a power play, is now an opportunity with a step shot there and a great diving leg pad save made by Akira Schmid. As now a shot there from Schneider gets blocked, comes out in front, but nobody could get a shot on it. Rangers continuing to apply the pressure here, but Akira Schmid making the saves and making life miserable for the Rangers just like he did in that first round series a few months ago. Puck goes into the right corner here. Devils got to find a way to kind of turn the momentum here. They still are holding on to a 1-0 lead as Simon Nemec will wait, tries to get it out. He cannot, take away by the Rangers. Blake Wheeler now with it. Wheeler still feeds it in front. That shot deflects over the net. Didn't reach Akira Schmid enough. So now the Rangers still with the puck now with 11:20 to go in the second period. Wheeler gets it over to Schneider. Now with a 39. He waits, throws a shot, deflected wide into the left corner. Now Blake Wheeler with it again. Wheeler still fighting away from a Devils defender, fighting away from Dowling. Wheeler tries to drop it off, intercepted by Tyce Thompson, will get it to Dowling, and Dowling will flip it, and it ends up going into the Ranger bench. So face-off back in the Devils zone here with exactly 11 minutes to go. In this second period, still 1-0 Devils, but again, the Rangers have been super dominant here in this second period. It's just that Akira Schmid really standing on his head. His number 60 was the one who had that opportunity on that partial breakaway, but a great left leg pad save by the man they call Schmido the Torpedo there. Another score update here as we actually finally have some goals in the Red Wings Capitals game. 1-1 now with 12 minutes to go in that second period. And yes, Andrew B., football is indeed about to start. Thursday Night Football. Jeff, give me the theme music real quick. Thank you. We're probably going to get copyrighted now, but nonetheless, as the Lions taking on the Packers in just a little bit over on Amazon Prime. I think it's just
we don't own the rights to this music,
but we don't own the rights to this music at all. As we get offsides here against the Devils with 10:37 to go in this second period. Still 1-0 Devils. Jesper Bratt, 32 goals, which was a career high for him, as well as .73. He signed a new long-term 8-year contract during the offseason after playing on a 1-year deal the year before. One of the Devils' long-term players. They have pretty much their majority, if not their entire core, locked in for the next 5 to 6 years. As the Devils are indeed making their goalie change as Erik Källgren, who was signed in the offseason as a free agent after playing with the Toronto Maple Leafs last 2 years. He will come in. So Akira Schmid's night is over after stopping all 21 shots he faced. Källgren in 2 years with the Leafs, 11-6-5, 3.04 goals against average, a .892 save percentage, and 1 shutout. I think the expectation for Källgren is that he will most likely be in the AHL with the Utica Comets while he fills in for the injured Nico Dawes. But a great game overall for Akira Schmid, who stopped all 21 shots he faced. So a really good night for him, and now he gets the rest of the night off. My guess is that Källgren's probably going to play the rest of tonight. As they get a little warm up here, as Marino firing a couple pucks in Källgren. So one of the few times we actually get to see a little bit of like what you'd see like in Major League Baseball when a relief pitcher comes in and they got to throw a couple warm-up pitches. That's what you're seeing right now. The Packers just got a pick. So there you go. That game is already underway. Again, Lions and Packers. Akira Schmid, 4-4 in the Stanley Cup playoffs last year with a 2.35 goals against average and a .921 save percentage. 2 shutouts, including a 4-0 shutout in Game 7 to vanquish the Rangers and move on to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Phenomenal first round. Obviously not as good second round, but a lot of experience for Schmido, and he's going to obviously have a big chip on his shoulder coming into this year, probably being the 1B to Vitek Vanacek when this season gets underway. Angus with actually a good question here. Do you have season tickets for any sport? I have season tickets to our local MLS team. Interesting. I'll be getting some discount Blues tickets through my soccer supporters group. That's actually cool that you get that. As opportunity here for the Rangers in a shot and they score! So right as the Devils just made the goaltending change, they finally cash in and score. Number 56, I have no idea who that is, but nonetheless, it is a tie hockey game here. It's Erik Gustafsson, the former Detroit Red Wing and Blackhawk. He gets the Rangers on the board, and we have a tie hockey game. So it took until the 22nd shot of the night, top shelf, over the right shoulder of Erik Källgren. And not much Källgren could do there. The Rangers finally get on the scoreboard. But, Angus, I don't have season tickets to anything. I experienced being a season ticket holder for the New Jersey Nets many years ago. And I do have actually, my best friend is a season ticket holder for the New York Red Bulls of Major League Soccer in the supporters group. Empire's supporters group, by the way, in case you were wondering. That is really cool that you're going to get some discounted Blues tickets, man, so you can go see your local hockey team as well. So that's very cool. But, Rangers just tied the game thanks to a goal from Erik Gustafsson. And so we are tied here 1-1. But the Rangers have certainly been the better team in the second period, and they finally get rewarded for it. Literally the second after Akira Schmid sits down for the night and Erik Källgren comes in, Rangers finally scores. We get a penalty here against Tyler Witherspoon of the Devils. So, after we get back from the commercial break with 9:34 to go in the second period, the Rangers now will have their first crack at getting themselves a lead in a period that, like I said before, they have really, really dominated. So Kat tells me that after the Packers got the pick, they ended up kicking a field goal. So it's 3-0 Packers in that first quarter. Yeah, the game just started.
Wow.
Do you have it on in the other room?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just,
We got Kirk Herbstreit and Al Michaels, right, on the call. That is so interesting, by the way, that Kirk Herbstreit's now doing some NFL games. I mean, he's done like, he usually does like one ESPN game, right, for like the playoffs or something like that when they do like the double header, I think, or like early in the or he does like a preseason game, right? That's what he normally does. Usually.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either.
He did do something like that, actually.
Yeah, I think he did. RJ, let me know. We have 20 likes on the stream right now. Really thank you guys so much for all the support. Continue to like it as well if you haven't already. Share this with your family and friends so they can get on and interact with us, man. Having a great time here in this preseason game. Again, Devils versus Rangers. Rangers just tied the game up at 1 thanks to an Eric Gustafsson goal and now go to their second power play tonight with a chance to grab the lead. Angus says, my supporters group is the St. Louis City Punks. That's pretty cool. The group which you see wearing the denim battle vests and waving flags during our matches. Very cool, man. Love the support. I think, is St. Louis one of the better teams in the MLS this year? I have no idea. I haven't been watching as much, especially with the Red Bulls being really bad. Just kind of curious to know how they're doing. The wall of Schmid is unbeaten, but Shalgren beat in short order. It looks like AHL for Eric this season. Yeah, I mean, again, Eric Shalgren is most likely going to be in the AHL. Tyler Witherspoon going to the box 2 minutes for interference. So let's see what the Rangers can do on their second power play of the night. Pittsburgh finally gets the first goal of the night in their game against Buffalo. They're up 1-0 with 6:41 to go in that second period. RJ says it is 2-1 Capitals now, late in the second period, 7:20 to go in that second period. Rangers now a minute and a half to go on the power play. They had 3 shots on that first one, but could not get anything past Akira Schmid when he was in. Right now, Eric Shalgren again in for the rest of the night in net for the Devils. As now gets over to Zibanejad, now to 50 with a shot, and that one just goes wide of Shalgren. Lafreniere controls it, gets it top of the point to Adam Fox. Fox now will just wait till everybody sets up. Fox now over to 50. I think that's Cooley. As that puck is intercepted by the Devils and it goes all the way back down into the Rangers zone with a minute to go on this Ranger power play and 8.5 minutes to go in this second period. 1-1 thanks to the most recent goal from Eric Gustafsson of the Rangers. As that puck goes back down again into the Rangers zone with 48 seconds to go. Rangers looking to come in with speed. Wraps it over, goes behind the net of the Devils. Rangers trying to keep it in, trying to get it top of the point. Puck bounces up in the air. Miller trying to whack at it. Now Blake Wheeler gets to it as the Rangers second unit is on now with 30 seconds to go on the power play as Capo Caco wraps it over to the other side to Wheeler. Wheeler now with it now. I just realized I haven't been showing the score. My bad, guys. 20 seconds to go as that puck goes back down to Shesterkin. He makes a long feed, connects to it. Rangers have an opportunity here. 78 comes in with a shot, and he roofs one over Shalgren here and goes all the way back down into the Rangers zone. Great opportunity there, but couldn't cash in. 5 seconds to go on the Ranger power play, and that will pretty much do it. So the Rangers could not cash in. They are 0 for 2 as we are still tied here at a goal apiece. Tomas Nosek gets it for New Jersey as he'll look to get it out of the zone. Chips it over to Luke Hughes, and Hughes will backhand it in as now both teams will make a change. Angus says St. Louis is number 1 in the West. St. Louis FC in MLS could be Las Vegas Knights of Major League Soccer. Interesting comparison. Interesting. Shots on goal, 23-15 right now in favor of the Rangers. So the Rangers have certainly been the better team in this period for sure. For sure. That puck comes out in front, but nobody's home. Am I going to watch the Falcons-Jaguars game at 9:30 a.m. on Sunday in London? Maybe I will if I get up. Who knows? Maybe I will just to entertain myself. on that because I'm not going to – I can't watch the Giants. They don't play till Monday night, and I don't really want to watch the Raiders because I feel like they're going to end up losing. As John Marino with a shot that's fought off by Shesterkin. Puck comes out in front, but nobody was there. Luke Hughes retains it for New Jersey. Luke Hughes waits, still with it now. Tried to get over to Graham Clark. He recovers. Clark wraps it around the boards to Nolan Foote. Foote now gets it over, but it's intercepted by the Rangers, and they'll chip it out of the zone. Still 3-0 Packers here, just about 6 minutes into there. Is now an opportunity for the Devils, and that shot is fought off on a great save from Shesterkin. That's Graham Clark. Had a great chance on the backhand, but Shesterkin with the better save there. Very, very impressive save. Shesterkin with 2 in particular that could have easily been goals for New Jersey. That puck goes over. I don't know if Shesterkin has played a game yet in the preseason. I know he didn't play in the first one, but I don't know if he played in the second one for the Rangers. Nonetheless, he looks like a midseason form. 5.5 minutes to go in this second period. He's now number 6 with the puck. He takes a shot. That one's fought up by Shalgren. Scramble in front of the crease. Puck goes behind the net. Gets to top of the point now. Over to Adam Fox. Drops off to number 6. Tries to get around McLeod. He does. Number 6 has it. And then we get a whistle here for an interference as Kevin Ball and Chris Kreider getting into it a bit here is definitely some bad blood from the playoffs. And it looks like it might be a penalty against the Rangers, I think. I'm not sure, so we'll see. We'll see here when we get back from, I believe they're going to go to a commercial break. So we'll see. But clearly Kevin Ball and Chris Kreider not liking each other. 5:14 to go in this second period. 1-1 here in our game between the Devils and the Rangers. And I am running out of water, which is unfortunate. I'm trying to get back into my game here, guys, with these live watch-alongs. It has been a couple of months, as you can tell, since June. So it's been like 3.5 months, I think. But I think overall, this has been a pretty good game. The Devils started off really well, a couple of great opportunities, couldn't score. Then the Rangers kind of started to become the better team in the second half of that first period, but the Devils ended up getting rewarded with kind of a lucky goal, courtesy of Tyler Toffoli, and that gave the Devils a 1-0 lead, and the Rangers have been just the dominant team throughout this entire second period, and eventually Eric Gustafsson got the goal for the Rangers that tied it up. Both teams are unsuccessful so far in the power play. Devils 0 for 1, Rangers 0 for 2. We've had one goaltending change, which you can see a lot in preseason games. Akira Schmid, after stopping all 21 shots he faced, was replaced by Eric Shalgren, who proceeded to give up a goal the second he came in. So there's that. Igor Shesterkin is still in net for the Rangers. Cat Connors with another football update. 7-3 Lions now, thanks to a touchdown from Equanimeous St. Brown. Is it Equanimeous St. Brown? Or is it Amon-Ra? No, it's Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra St. Brown is Amon-Ra St. Touchdown. 7-3 Lions. Love it.
Amon-Ra.
Is it Amon-Ra? No, it's Amon-Ra. Is it Amon-Ra? Yeah, it's with that. Showed a replay of the Graham Clark opportunity just inches away. Again, a great diving right leg pad save. We'll see it again on the replay. Great save from Shesterkin. That puck nearly went in anyway. But a great play there. Great job. So we'll see the replay here of Kreider and Kevin Ball. And yeah, Kreider got the stick under the legs of Ball and knocked him down. I think that's what the penalty is. And then Kreider and Ball kind of hugging it out. So the Devils are on their second power play here. We'll see what they can do with this. Jesper Bratt takes a shot, deflected, but right into the stomach of Shesterkin, and he'll make the save and cover. 1:53 to go on the Devil power play. 5:06 to go in this second period. Still 1-1. There's Nolan Foote, who has a cut just above his lip after getting a puck to the face at morning skate this morning, and it's awesome that he's still playing this game regardless. That shows you how tough hockey players are. As Luke Hughes now with the puck. Gets over to Bratt. Now to Jack Hughes. Hughes now with it. Drops it over to Bratt. Bratt now over to Luke Hughes. Luke Hughes takes a shot that's deflected by Foote, but again, right into the midsection of Shesterkin as he makes another save, and we get a face-off again. So 2 deflections, but they end up going right into Shesterkin's stomach. So, not much that you could really It's got to make it a little bit tougher if you want to get one past Shesterkin here. 4:53 to go in the second period. Face-off won by the Devils cleanly. Luke Hughes, top of the point, over to his brother Jack. Devils had 5 shots on that first power play, did not score as Hughes. Now over to Pratt. Now a shot from foot. He whiffs on it, and then the Rangers are able to get to it and clear it. So Eric Shalgren will go back and play it. Andrew B. is signing off for the night. No worries, man. Have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. So that shot gets blocked there. Devils get it top of the point. Luke Hughes. Now over to his brother Jack. Jack Hughes waits. Now to Toffoli. Shot from foot, and that one is stopped and covered somehow by Shesterkin as Nolan Foote with another good opportunity there. This time pretty much alone in the slot. Got a good shot off a nice feed from Toffoli. But Shesterkin, staying square to the puck, makes the save and denies the Devils again from getting it. That's the third shot on this power play so far. So the Devils now with 8 shots on the power play here. It's just their second one of the night. Face-off won cleanly by Dowling as Simon Nemec with a shot, and his stick goes flying. I don't know if he broke it or not, but the Rangers get to the puck and clear it. 1 minute to go on the power play. Devils' second power play unit on right now. Now Tyce Thompson comes up the left side. Thompson still with it. Drops it back over to Simon Nemec with a new stick. Now over to Bowers. Wraps it around the boards. Rangers can't seem to get it out here. Now they regain it, wrap it around the boards, and they'll get it out this time with 38 seconds to go on the Devil power play. As now Nemec will go back and play it for New Jersey. The former number 2 overall pick from the summer of 2022. He was drafted 1 pick after his fellow countryman Yuri Slafkovsky, who went number 1 overall to the Montreal Canadiens. As now here comes Dowling. Stops, waits, gets it top of the point to Nemec. Now a drive from Thompson, and that deflects just wide. Devils keep it in. Nemec top of the point with 5 seconds to go on the power play. Now to Dowling on the right side. Dowling top of the point to Nemec. Nemec waits. Now over to his teammate with a wrist shot, and that one goes wide. Power play is over, and now the Rangers look to come the other way. They may have numbers if they hurry. Capo Caco with a shot, and that high riser goes up. And I thought it went out of play, but the ref says play on with 2:58 to go in this second period. So the Devils with a couple of good chances, but Shesterkin made the saves. The Devils could not cash in. So it is still 1-1 here as we approach the end of this second period. Rangers now with it. They'll flip it up and out of the zone. Might be a foot race to the puck, but Shalgren will get to it first. Tries to clear it out. He can't. Rangers still with it now. Second period shots, 14-8 in favor of the Rangers. Although the Devils have been able to get a couple off that second power play. Puck now in the left corner in the New Jersey zone. So now Miller looked like he was looking for a penalty there, but wasn't going to get the call. Puck squirts out, gets in out top of the point. It's now 56 fighting along with Curtis Lazar. As now Tomas Nosa will get to it. Gets over to Wallman. As now Wallman will wait, and then he'll dump it in. Wallman on a professional tryout with the Devils after playing with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms of the Philadelphia Flyers organization the last couple of years. Puck comes out to center. Rangers come the other way as Wheeler will dump it in with 1:50 and ticking to go in this second period. Puck now in the right corner. Jesper Bratt gets to it for New Jersey. Bratt will wait. Tried to get it over to Hughes. Missed it. Turnaround takeaway shot by number 22 of the Rangers is stopped and covered by Shalgren here with 1:38 to go in this second period. Couple of score updates. 1-1 between the Penguins and Sabres after 2 periods of play. And it is now 2-0 Minnesota late in that first period against the Colorado Avalanche. So those are some out-of-town updates for you here in this preseason game day. Bad turnover there by Jesper Bratt. Better save from Shalgren. It's actually funny enough, 25 of the Rangers gave Shalgren a nice pat on the back after the save, and then there was pushing and shoving up the whistle. Kind of funny there. Face-off won by the Devils as Simon Nemec will get it over to Tyler Witherspoon with 90 seconds to go in the period. So that puck goes now into the right side near one of the penalty boxes and then goes back into the Devils zone with 1:20 to go in this second period. Devils trying to get it out. They cannot. They're struggling to at least. Puck comes squirting out, and then finally the Devils are able to clear it back into the Rangers zone. 1:10 and ticking to go in this second. Devils intercept the puck for a moment. The Rangers are able to clear. Rangers could get something here, have an opportunity. Schneider with a shot, and that one is stopped and covered by Sholgren. And then Simon Nemec and someone on the Rangers, it's Lafreniere. Nemec and Lafreniere, two former high top first-round picks with a little bit of fisticuffs there. And I believe the ref may decide to call coincidental penalties there with exactly a minute to go in this one, in this second period. I like the fight there from both of these young guys trying to get themselves going here, as I think they're both going to the sin bin on that one. Those score update 2-1 Capitals over the Red Wings after 2 periods of play. Good save there from Erik Sjögren. Really good job by him since giving up that goal when he first got into the game. Made a couple of good saves to keep the Devils tied at 1. And then, Nemec and Lafreniere definitely getting into it well after the whistle. What is going on, Mike? Good to see you, man. Hope you are doing well as always. We thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget to smash the like button while you're here, man, and we thank you for interacting with us. So Lafreniere and Nemec both go to the box for coincidental minor penalties. I think the crowd really liked that one. So we will skate 4 aside for the next 2 minutes. Both guys get 2 minutes for roughing. Seems about right. Got off a brutal job at Capella School last week. Well, I'm glad that you had a chance to take some time to hang out with us here tonight. As now a feed over to Fox just out of his reach. Rangers got to get back as Jack Hughes trying to get it away from Zibanejad. Would have been off to the races. 40 seconds to go in this period is now. Puck comes out and comes right to Sjögren, but I think they might have called an icing maybe? Not sure. So the next Rangers game will, again, as I mentioned before, will be tomorrow, 7 p.m. on MSG. They'll be taking on the Islanders over in Belmont. So I'm sure you'll see a group of new guys for the Blue Shirts tomorrow. 40.7 to go in this second period. Still 1-1 between the Devils and Rangers. Face-off won pretty cleanly as that puck comes out in front as Fox got his stick lifted. Good pressure there from Bratt as he forces Shesterkin to cover and get another face-off here. Kind of curious to see if Shesterkin's going to go the distance tonight. Is he going to play that third period, or is he going to sit? Is he going to have the rest of the night off after the end of the second period? Face-off won here by Jack Hughes. Bratt now controls it. Jesper Bratt gets around one Ranger player, circles around, looks for somebody, drops it over now to Kevin Ball. Ball now around the net. Waits, feeds it over to Bratt with a shot. That one goes wide. Rebound try, and he missed that shot. It's now 20 seconds to go in this period. Here come the Rangers. Might be a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Fox over to Kreider, but he couldn't keep the stick on it. Bratt now gets to it. Bratt feeds it to Jack Hughes. It's 1-on-1 with Zibanejad. Hughes tries to get around Zibanejad, lost the puck. Zibanejad will control it, and that will do it for the second period of play. So the Rangers, the better team for sure in those 20 minutes. Erik Gustafsson with the only goal. He ties the game up at 1. And so we have a tie hockey game after 40 minutes of play. Again, Akira Schmid made all 21 saves. He stopped all 21 shots that he saw. Then Erik Sjögren came in, and it looks like he'll play the rest of the game. And we'll see if Shesterkin comes out for the third period of this preseason game. Matt Mike says, quit that job on Friday, job hunting and back on the grind with the YouTube channel. Awesome, man. I hope it works out for you. I'll be doing most of the Devils season starting with October 12th against Detroit. Love to hear it, man. We're 2 weeks away, man. We're so close to the start of this NHL season. I wouldn't be pushing Shesty here. I mean, you're going to have a little bit of pushing and shoving. Even though it is a preseason game, you're still going to have that rivalry there. Blues and Blackhawks are playing over on NHL Network right now in their game. And Minnesota Wild up now 2-1. So the Avalanche got a late goal there, and it's 2-1 Minnesota over the Avalanche in that first period. But before we continue on here, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step aside for another moment to get another word from our sponsors. So again, as always, a big thank you and shout out to our guys over at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. And as always, guys, with so much going on, the NHL season's just around the corner. NFL and college football well underway. Major League Baseball playoffs coming up in just a little bit. You already know that DraftKings Sportsbook is your number one destination to get in on all the huge cash prizes. So if you want to get in on this action, make sure to, when you sign up for DraftKings, to use our promo code, which you can see right here in the bottom left corner, THPN. And don't forget to tell them that your boy Neil Villapiano sent you. And so we welcome you guys here to our second intermission report, as after 40 minutes of play, we now have a tie hockey game thanks to a goal from Eric Gustafsson that tied the game up at 1. The Rangers were really the much better team in that second period. Eric Källgren now in net for the Devils as Akira Schmid finishes his night, stopping all 21 shots he faced. But the second that Källgren came in, the Rangers got a goal. So that's, it happens. It happens, and it's been a pretty solid game. And so we'll see how both teams come out for this third period and see if we're going to have extra hockey after that. Catch up on some comments here. I mean, take a look at what happened with Vasi in Tampa. Yeah, he's going to be out the first 2 months of the season for Tampa Bay after getting surgery. So they're going to have to, the Lightning are going to have to make some adjustments in net if they're going to want to find a way to win, man. It's going to be hard. Bedard versus Jordan Binnington. That's going to be funny to watch. Absolutely, man. Don't forget to hit the like button while you're here. We got 21 likes. I would love for us to get to 30 likes by the end of tonight. We still have a whole third period to play, so if you guys could do that, that would be absolutely sick. If you guys can help us out and get to 30 likes, man, really appreciate it. Binnington needs all the practice that he can handle, probably some therapy too. Therapy in more ways than one, Angus, for sure. Time to crack open another beer. It's the Scottish half of me wanting another. I mean, what is it now? We're getting close to it being 2 a.m. where you are, my friend. I'm impressed that you're up this late, especially for a preseason game. I respect the commitment. I got the Devils in the conference finals this year, but I think it might be Florida Edmonton in the Stanley Cup finals. Interesting. One of the top American players against probably the top player overall in the NHL, and Tkachuk versus McDavid. That'll be a fun final to watch. Let's see if the goaltending can be as good as it was last year in the playoffs and regular season for Florida. What's going on, Days Mean? Hey, glad to see THPN is back on hockey. Yeah, man, we are back with now the preseason underway. We're going to be active as hell during the entire regular season and playoffs and everything, man. We are just getting started here. And like I said before, really, really excited again to be back doing these watch-alongs with you guys. I can only drink scotch at Christmas. Interesting. Very interesting. David Montgomery with a touchdown as it's now 14-3 Lions. I think they're still in the first quarter. So interesting. Lions, man, already looking like they're poised for a blowout win tonight on Thursday Night Football. Would be a very Thursday Night Football thing. We're now at 22 likes. All right, 8 more away from 30. Would be great if we can get to there, guys. Make sure to drop those likes, man. Would really appreciate it. Matthew Tkachuk is going to have a chip on his shoulder after getting absolutely curb stomped by Vegas this past summer. Oh, for sure. He's going to have a lot to prove. He's going to have a lot to prove to a lot of even some naysayers, man. And, it's going to be interesting to see what he could do once we get underway. He's definitely going to look to try to have another big-time season for sure. I have a day off tomorrow, so I could stay up late and have more beer and snack. Fair enough. Honestly, your day off tomorrow being Friday, very lucky. Very lucky. So you get to have what is basically essentially a 3.5 day weekend. Unless you work on weekends as well. I forgot what it's like to do these, especially when you've been off for as long as I have. Again, we were mid-June, and then obviously we had the whole off season and stuff. So it's definitely interesting to get back into the flow. Apologize, my voice isn't that great, and I'm a little tired, but nonetheless, it's going to get better as we get closer to the season and the season gets underway. So I do appreciate you guys being supportive regardless. Mets and Marlins are in a rain delay. I mean, it is whatever. So it is still the first quarter. 14-3 Lions over the Packers late in that first. Amon-Ra St. Brown and David Montgomery with tutties for the Lions after the Packers got a pick and then kicked the field goal. So the Lions have responded with 14 unanswered points. Now here is a non-sports related thing. I found this at a local store. You guys probably seen them before. Icebreakers, the ice cubes. Except there's a new flavor now, cherry limeade. I'm very curious to know what this is like. I am very, very curious. I hope it's good. Let's find out, shall we? We got some time here. Okay. First impression, pretty good. Pretty flavorful. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. It's really good, actually. I taste a lot more of the limeade than I do the cherry. So I'll give it out of 10, with 10 being like the best. I'll give it like, I don't know. I'll give it like an 8. I'll give it like an 8. Yeah, I'll give it that. I think that's fair. I think it's fair. So yeah, if you get a chance to try this, again, show you real quick. I highly recommend it. I just realized doing this actually screwed up the lighting for my camera. That's actually kind of funny how that happened. Gus says I'm working on Saturdays, but on Sundays I have a day off every week. Okay, fair enough. Okay. But again, still to have your Friday, have the day off, that's pretty awesome, man. Good for you. Sonic has a soda called Cherry Limeade. To be honest with you, I don't like Sonic at all. I don't. I don't like Sonic. I had it like once or twice when it was in my local area, but like I am not a fan. I just don't think it's that good. I've had other similar Sonic type things that were more old school that I think are a lot better. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of Sonic at all. Man, Mike, funny enough, I actually got this at a Wawa. I went to a Philadelphia Phillies game on Tuesday, and on my way home, we stopped at Wawa, and I ended up getting this. So yeah, fun fact, I ended up at, this is exactly a Wawa purchase. Good on you. Good on you that you actually were able to call that out. RJ, even though, again, that Mets game is in rain delay, it is no score between the Mets and Marlins in the bottom of the sixth. Marlins still fighting for one of the last 2 wild card spots in the National League. I have not been to Sonic for years. Used to like it, but not a fast food fan anymore. Honestly, Angus, neither am I. I don't really have fast food anymore. Like, the closest thing I'll have, if I'm being real with you, is like Bubba Coo's burritos, which I think is superior than Chipotle and Qdoba. So, yeah, other than that, I really don't eat fast food anymore, which is actually a blessing because now when I've had it, I feel like I'll get like nauseous. So, I ain't going to have that. Kind of second period summary. Shots 24-20 in favor of the Rangers. 16-6 are hits in favor of the Rangers. Face-off percentage 60% to 40% in favor of the Devils. And both teams are 0-2 on the power play. Eric Gustafsson from Schneider and Cooley at the 9:47 mark was the only goal of that period that came to the Rangers. So again, 1-1 going into the third period. Close Sonic to me is in Howell. I've been to Stewart's in Hamilton. Love Stewart's. I go to the one, actually, Mad Mike, I go to the one in Point Pleasant. Really love going there. I might go there tomorrow. We'll see. I'm going to be working in Point Pleasant tomorrow, so maybe I'll stop there on my way home. Favorite donut? Weird. Interesting question. I mean, I'm very old school, so I'd probably say like it's a tie between like frosted, I think it's glazed. Thank you, glazed, and jelly. Those are my 2 favorite. But I love like apple cider donuts. Actually, apple cider donuts is top tier for me. Number 1 favorite donut, apple cider donuts. We'll see if the Mets, they got a lot of work to do. Pirates ended up beating the Phillies 3-2 tonight, so they salvaged so they ended up actually winning the Phillies' final home game of the year, as now both teams will get ready for their final series of the season. the regular season. Braves up 5-1 on Chicago in the bottom of the fifth. Don't know how the Phillies cut the Mets in lines in terms of being consistent contenders, but Steve Cohen will put the Mets back into contention. He's not afraid to spend money, Mad Mike. He is not afraid to spend money. Daddy Steve, Uncle Steve, whatever you want to call him. Wouldn't be surprised if he makes a run for a guy like even Shohei Ohtani. We'll see. NHL 22 goal horns with HBGG. I have no idea what's going on. But nonetheless, thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget to leave a like while you are here, my friend. Agree. Been gradually losing weight. Fast food was the first thing to go. Angus, man, that's great. I'm also on a weight loss journey myself. And yeah, like if you cut that out, like it's okay to have it every now and then, but like even then I don't have it at all. I just like have no desire. So like, you know, good for you, man. Good for you. Keep up the grind. It's totally worth it. So I think we are just about ready to get underway in this third period. Really curious to see how both teams come out. I want to see if Shesterkin ends up playing all three periods tonight. Eric Shalgren, I'm sure, is going to play the rest of this game tonight. And we'll see how both teams do here. RJ says we're now to 24 likes, so we are now 6 away from 30. So again, continue to share this with your family and friends to get them to like as well. It would be great if we could reach 30 likes by the end of tonight, man. That would be absolutely phenomenal. And again, RJ helping me out as always. Don't forget to hit the like button. Love has 9 yards, LOL at the end of the first. That is rough. This is probably one of those nights where I'm sure Packers fans wish they still had Aaron Rodgers. So, you know, it's tough right now, but a lot of football left. Still got 3 quarters to go. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get those likes, man. That would be great. That'd be great. Angus says, I love to cook too. Yeah, so do I, man. It's awesome. It's awesome when you cook with like fresh stuff and you make and, you do really, you love it. You love it. And so it's honestly really great. It's really great to cook stuff. I love to cook stuff. It's phenomenal. Absolutely, man. Continue to subscribe as well. Would love to see us get to like 4,000 subscribers even before the season starts. We've still got a couple weeks before the first official NHL regular season game, so would love for you guys to help out in any way, shape, or form. And a reminder, again, we don't just do regular season games. We also do playoffs, special games like outdoor games. We're going to probably be doing some World Junior Championships. I actually now have NHL Network on my TV. So there's a chance I finally will get a chance to do some World Juniors games. And that would be fun for me because I've never got a chance to really watch them during the year. So hopefully we get a chance to do that as well. Gaza's going to riot if we don't get to 30 likes. Well, let's hope we don't get to that. Just continue to like, guys. Continue to share and subscribe. And again, hit that notification bell so you get notified anytime we go live here on THPN. Before we get underway in this third period, I'm going to step aside for a quick moment, grab some more water, and get ready for this third period. So here we go, guys, as we are just about ready to get underway in this third period. And the Rangers are indeed making a goalie change as Shesterkin's night is over. It's Louis Domingue in net for the Rangers as he will play the final 20 minutes and maybe longer if it continues to stay 1-1. So now both teams are playing their backups. Again, Eric Källgren now in net for New Jersey and Louis Domingue in for the Rangers. Really good job by Igor Shesterkin here in this one as he ends up stopping 19 of the 20 shots that he faced. And then Kira Schmid stopped 21 of the 21 shots he faced. Again, Källgren has stopped 2 of the 3 shots that he has faced here in this one. So here we go. So we are just about ready, and we are officially underway in this third period. As let's see what these teams got in store for us here. 55 seconds to go on the 4-on-4 after coincidental roughing penalties against Alexis Lafreniere and Simon Nemec. Well, I had no idea you guys have 3.89 subs. It seemed as though you hit 3KS. I know, it's crazy, man, how much this channel has grown over the last couple of years. An opportunity there for Jesper Bratt. He scores! Jesper Bratt with a light tap over the stick of Louis Domingue. And just 26 seconds into the third, the Devils retake the lead. It's 2-1. So a nice little soft goal there. Just a light touch as Bratt fed it over. I think that was Kevin Ball with a beautiful pass. And Louis Domingue going from his left to right had no shot to stop that one. Beautiful saucer feed from Ball. And then Jesper Bratt going top shelf to get himself a goal. Beautiful one there. And even Bratt on the bench, man, he's impressed. He is impressed. Jesper Bratt also 24 points away from 300 in his career. And he's still incredibly young, if you can believe that. Yes, legendary third baseman Brooks Robinson died back on Tuesday, the age of 86, man. Just phenomenal career for arguably one of the best, if not the best third baseman of all time. A lot of debates there for sure, but nonetheless, thoughts and prayers go out and condolences go out to the Orioles as well as the Robinson family. Lions tacking on to their lead, up now 17-3 thanks to a Riley Patterson field goal. So now that's 17 unanswered points. But Jesper Bratt, just 26 seconds into this third period, gives the Devils the lead back as they're now up 2-1 here. As now an opportunity for 46 with a step, and that shot there from Wallman either went wide or maybe Louis Domingue got a piece. But yeah, so far Louis Domingue gave up a goal in his first shot that he faced. Not ideal if you're number 70. Louis Domingue also played a year in New Jersey as well, and let's just say it wasn't great. If you ask Frank the Tank from Barstool, I'm sure he could tell you how much he loves Louis Domingue. If you know what I'm talking about, you understand it already. Of course, my brother makes that comment in the chat. Nope, not going to bring it up. Again, Jesper Bratt, first goal of the preseason. Kevin Ball and Luke Hughes with assists on that one to give the Devils a 1-0 lead. So there you go. As Luke Hughes goes down there as the Rangers trying to control it. Gets over to Adam Fox. Fox, turn around, gets it over, gets it to 25. Tries to make a pass there. Devils might have a chance. Still looking. Now it's a 2-on-none. Opportunity for Toffoli. Waits. Get to the Jack Hughes with a drive, and he shot it wide. Oh, my goodness. A 2-on-none for a second, and then a 3-on-1. But the Devils couldn't even get a shot on goal as they just missed the chance to double their lead here early in this third, as they are playing very well here to start this third period. Michael McLeod comes up the left side, and he'll chip it in. McLeod will be the first one to get to that puck. He's behind the net now. McLeod still with it. Is he fighting along with Gustafsson? Connor Cahill, what's going on, Connor? Good to see you, man. Don't know if allowed, but if anyone watching Urinate Tree's videos, he gave the Rangers a kicking after their loss to the Devils called Congrats Rangers. Yeah, I did see that video. Definitely memed them after they lost in 7 to the Devils, as that shot goes wide of Källgren. Follow-up try there is easily stopped and covered by Källgren as we get a stop here with 16:44 to go in this third period. 2-1 Devils, as the Devils just missed. Jack Hughes looking for what would have been his third goal of the preseason there. but just could not get it. As Toffoli here, if I'm being real with you, I think he should have just taken that shot. I know he's trying to, as Jack Hughes' shot just goes wide of Domingue. I'm going to show it. My brother's saying Louis Domingue, who the F is he? LOL, I know exactly what he's talking about. No more goalie substitutions allowed. Players keep scoring. Yeah, both goalies who got put in this one, who came in after the starters, they both gave up a goal in the first shot they faced. Not ideal. Rainiel Soto, good to see you again. Excited for another year here at THPN, hanging out with you, man. I hope you are doing well. Make sure to leave a like while you're here, man. I really would appreciate it. Neil, you do not want to be in a video by him starting with congrats, especially if you're Boston, Toronto, New York, or Colorado. No, you do not. To be fair, though, UT actually did make a video on the Devils a couple of years ago making fun of them, so hopefully the Devils don't have to be in one of his videos anytime soon. That would be nice. Devils with some pressure here in the offensive zone. Just about 4 minutes gone by in this third period. Jesper Bratt, 26 seconds into this period, got the Devils the lead back as they currently lead it 2-1. John Marino gets the puck knocked off him. It's still there and finally comes out of the zone. Both teams whacking at it. And now Jack Hughes trying to get through. Jack Hughes with a step lost the puck. But the Devils are able to retain it here as Bratt gets it now over to Witherspoon, over to Simone Nemec. Nemec waits, still with it now. Throws it over to the left side, but couldn't connect with Bratt. Bratt tries to get it to Witherspoon, and it just gets to him. Wraps it around the boards. It goes all the way over to the other side to Nemec, who throws it. Deflected shot just wide of Domingue. And the Rangers are able to get it out. Can't get it out completely as now Jack Hughes comes in, tries to feed it to Toffoli, but it's intercepted by the Rangers, and they'll flip it out of the zone. As now Shalgren will play it over to Nemec. Just 5 minutes gone by here in this third period. 2-1 Devils right now. Nemec slowly walking his way up to center ice. Gets it over, and that puck will be into the Rangers zone on delayed offsides. It is now 24-3 Lions, thanks to a second touchdown from David Montgomery. So, again, Packers took the 3-0 lead, and the Lions have responded with 3 touchdowns and a field goal. So, it looking like a typical Thursday night football game for sure. Thursday night football is the worst thing invented in a long time in sports, in my opinion. Now, Keandre Miller, over now to Adam Fox. Fox takes a wrist shot that deflects well wide of Shalgren. Rangers keeping it in, but actually they end up losing as it goes all the way back into their own zone. Well, it looks as though the Pack has also lost their cheese. Yes, not a lot of bite from those cheese importers tonight. Gaza, if I purchase a Devils jersey, who should I get on it? First and foremost, my favorite Devil right now is Nico Hischier, but I think you can't go wrong with a Jack Hughes jersey. Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt, Timo Meier. Those are some options I think would be good for you, but I think number one would probably be Jack Hughes personally. As now Graham Clark takes a shot. That one's fought off by Domingue. As now Gustafsson gets it for the Rangers. Gets it over to Schneider. Schneider fighting off Graham Clark. Just gets out of the zone with 13:25 to go in this third period here. Again, Devils with the 2-1 lead right now. As now Bowers tries to throw it in the left corner. Intercepted by the Rangers. That puck goes all the way down, and you bet it is an icing here with 13:14 to go in this one. 2-1 Devils thanks to a goal 26 seconds into this third by Jesper Bratt. Thursday Night Football is the toilet of the NFL. The Prime stream is still poor quality. And the games themselves are really not that good anyway. So, it's just overall, I know they want to have football all day, every day, but sometimes you just got to take a break. As we get a delayed penalty here coming against the Devils, as now Kreider over there just out of the reach of Lafreniere. Lafreniere still with it, and now it's finally touched up by the Devils, and it's going to be Simone Nemec. So for the second time tonight, Nemec is going to the sin bin with 12:57 to go in this one. Rangers down by 1, but now a chance to see if they can tie it on the power play. And we'll step aside for just a moment, get another word from our sponsors. So we are back here in this third period of this preseason game. Devils, Rangers. Jesper Bratt, 26 seconds into the period, gave the Devils the lead back at 2-1. And right now the Rangers are about to get ready for their third power play of the night. They're 0 for 2, but an opportunity here to see if they could score and tie this game up at 2. Face off to the left of Shalgren. Rangers went in set up. Fox, top of the point, wrist shot gets blocked into the right corner. Both teams kind of whacking at it in said right corner. Nemec at the 7:03 mark, 2 minutes for interference, his second penalty of the night. So now both teams still whacking at it here. Nobody's moving. I'm waiting for the ref to blow the whistle here. We've had 30 seconds so far, and finally we get a whistle here as the refs had about enough of that. And so we'll get a face-off here. 1:35 to go in the Ranger power play. 12:31 remaining in this third period. Again, 2-1 Devils. Tomas Nosek, a guy who definitely is going to try to be a good acquisition. He signed a one-year deal in free agency with the Devils, and he said he signed it because he felt that they gave him the best chance to win a Stanley Cup. And this is coming from a guy who played on the historic Boston Bruins last year. That obviously ended up going on to choke a 3-1 lead in the first round and lose that series, but he brings a lot of experience to this team. Rangers power play 0 for 2 with 4 shots as they look to try to get something here on this third one as Lafreniere lose the puck. Now an opportunity, maybe shorthanded. Tyce Thompson coming in. Shot there, and that one is stopped and covered by Louis Domingue as Tyce Thompson, with a partial breakaway chance, had to kind of get it off since he didn't have enough speed to get closer. Good job by Michael McLeod to get that puck to Tyce Thompson. Good hustle from Chris Kreider to at least disrupt it a little bit as that shot just goes right into the chest of Louis Domingue. But a great shorthanded chance there for the Devils on that one. Tyce Thompson, the brother of Tage Thompson of the Buffalo Sabres. Fun fact. I've mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. 1 minute to go on the Ranger power play. 11:55 to go in this one. 2-1 Devils right now. As now here come the Rangers trying to get back into the zone as Kaapo Kakko will flip it into the right corner. 76 now gets it over, wraps it around the boards to Kaapo Kakko, gets it to his teammate, now gets it top of the point to Miller. Miller now over to the right side to his defensive partner, now gets it over to Kaapo Kakko. Kakko now behind the net. Kakko now in the right corner, gets it top of the point, waits, back to Kaapo Kakko, 30 seconds to go on the Ranger power play. Puck now in the right corner here. Both teams whacking at it. Squirts out to Wheeler. Wheeler tried to make a pass. Lost it. And then Luke Hughes over-pursued the puck. Devils try to get to it. They can't clear it. 16 seconds to go in the power play here. 22 now with the puck. Gets now to Keandre Miller, top of the point with 10 seconds to go in the power play. Over to Wheeler. Wheeler now to Kaapo Kakko. Back to Wheeler. Tries to feed in front of the slot. Devils intercept and clear. And that will do it for the Ranger power play. So not much on that one as they are now 0 for 3 and still trail here 2-1 with 10:50 to go in this game here. Devils still up 2-1. Canucks had a dreadful start. When was the last time? Yeah, dude, they lost 10-0 2 nights ago to the Calgary Flames. That was a wild one as a sharp angle shot is stopped and covered by Shalgren with 10:33 to go in the third period. But yeah, losing 10-0 even in a preseason game, not good if you're the Vancouver Canucks, and hopefully that's not an omen for things to come for the season. Good shot there from Eric Gustafsson looking for his second on the night, but Shalgren was able to make the save. Detroit Lions still up 24-3 here. Just a couple minutes into the second quarter as that shot by the Rangers deflects just wide of Shalgren here. Look to try to put some pressure on here as they continue to try to get that goal back as McLeod makes a feed over now to Nolan Foote. Foote and Schneider now fighting over in the right corner of the Rangers zone. Both teams whack at it, and now the Rangers come back the other way. Rangers will slowly dump it in, try to go out there and get to it as we've just reached the halfway point of this third period. Still 2-1 Devils. It's now Foote over to Graham Clark. Clark up the right side. Gets it over to McLeod, just over pursued it, then fell down, but was able to get it to Foote. Foote's knocked down. Both teams are going to continue to play on here. No penalty. As now Foote will slowly make his way to the bench. Shots on goal now 30-24 in favor of the Rangers. As now the Rangers with it, 39. Lost the puck. Colin Miller will chip it around the board to get it over to Jesper Bratt. Bratt tries to get it out, lost it. Zibanejad intercepts it. Kreider gets to it in the right corner. Gets it top of the point to Miller. Toffoli blocks it. But then a turnaround shot there gets blocked before it reaches Shalgren. 9:20 to go in the third period here. Puck in the left side there in the Devils zone. Both teams whacking at it. Miller and Kreider. And then, Kreider just knocks Miller to the ground with ease. Both teams still get it. Now Zibanejad gets to it. Now over there, puck is bouncing. And now here come the Devils the other way. Luke Hughes with some speed. Waits, drops it to his brother Jack. Jack Hughes stops. Waits, still with it now. Gets it top of the point over to Tice Thompson with a high rising shot. But Louis Domingue makes the save. And we get a stoppage of play here. So, 8:53 to go in this one. Devils still with the 2-1 lead. And we'll step aside for another moment to get another word from our sponsors. And welcome back, everybody, here as just have a little under 9 minutes to go in this third period of this preseason game. Devils up 2-1 on the Rangers thanks to a goal 26 seconds into this period by Jesper Bratt. And that is what we've missed that is what we've seen so far. So let's see here, a couple score updates. 3-1 Capitals over the Red Wings in the third period, kind of getting towards the end of that. That period is now an opportunity for the Rangers, and that shot just goes wide of Shalgren, comes out in front, and Shalgren will cover here. 8:41 to go. Penguins up 2-1 late in the third period against the Penguins. 2-1 Wild over the Avalanche here as they're just reaching the halfway point of their game. No score between the Blues and Hawks after one. Blue Jays blown out the Yankees 6-0 in the bottom of the sixth. What is hilarious? He wore the Canucks gear with a Pittsburgh helmet and pads. Yeah, Rick talking. Not a good start, man. Not a good start. Mets and Marlins back underway. They're no score in the bottom of the eighth. And we got 8.5 minutes to go in this one here. And the Rangers continue to try to hunt for that tying goal. Again, both teams also have their backups in at this point, as both Shesterkin and Akira Schmid were good when they played, as that shot there from 22 is stopped and covered by Shalgren. So Shalgren, who gave up a goal on the first shot he faced after coming in halfway through the second period, he's looked really good since giving up that goal. He's made a couple of really good saves and obviously kept the Devils at bay. He kept the Rangers at bay, excuse me. He's wearing a generic Devils helmet because obviously, he hasn't fully made any of the teams yet. So we'll see if he gets a better design when things are more settled here. Third period shot 7-4 in favor of the Rangers. So I feel like since the halfway point of the first period, the Rangers have been the better team. Although there was that little spurt in the beginning of the third where the Devils were the better team and got rewarded for it. 7:50 and ticking to go in this third period. 56 now. Over to the left side. Schneider with a shot, and that one is blockered away by Shalgren, who'll come out of the zone. The Orioles have officially clinched the American League East, so congratulations to them. Now an opportunity for the Rangers, and that shot by somebody goes wide as now Toffoli has a breakaway, comes in, backhand try, and that one is fought off by Louis Domingue. Oh, Tyler Toffoli looking for his second goal of the night, but he could not get it past Louis Domingue, as now Hughes gets it to Toffoli. Toffoli waits, gets it over now to Miller. Miller tried to feed it over to Hughes, but too many guys in front. As Luke Hughes tried to get it to his brother Jack, but it's taken away by the Rangers here, as now we approach just 7 minutes to go here in this third period, as now Jack Hughes looking to fight off a Ranger player. He cannot. The Rangers will get to him. So the Devils have been knocking on the door a bit at opportunities to double the lead, but Louis Domingue has made some good saves. So that puck comes out in front, but nobody home. Devils trying to get it out. They cannot. Lafreniere and Hughes whacking at it, and the puck comes back out to center ice. So yeah, congratulations to the Baltimore Orioles for winning the American League East. Angus says a present for Brooks Robinson. I think a bigger present would obviously be if the Orioles make a run and win the World Series. I think they're the favorites, in my opinion, to come out of the American League East. Be interesting. Milwaukee won 3-0. Well, at least get the Brewers, the Brew Crew, man. We'll see what they can do once the playoffs get on the way. They played in arguably one of, if not the weakest division in baseball. I guess Milwaukee's playing St. Louis, I'm assuming, Angus. That's why you mentioned it. That was my guess. Connor says, I probably hate the Oilers. Understandable. They're incredibly lucky to have McDavid to bail them out, just like last night. If they can't win a cup before his contract is up, he's out the door. I don't know. I think McDavid's going to be a loyalist. I think he's going to end up playing his entire career in Edmonton. I think he truly, truly wants to win something in Edmonton. And if they could just get some more goal support, not just from Draisaitl, but from other guys and some decent goaltending, I think that they could definitely make a run. Luke Hughes in his first preseason game here tonight has an assist, 2 shots, 21 minutes and 23 seconds of ice time, leads all skaters in ice time. So he is definitely getting a good work in here in his first preseason game. And he's looked good. I think he's looked very good. Milwaukee played St. Louis. Okay, that's what I assumed, Angus. That's why you brought it up. Just wanted to be clear. Now the Rangers trying to do some good forechecking here. Devils trying to get it out, and they will ever so slowly. As now here come the Devils back into the zone with 5.5 minutes to go in this third period. As now Tomas Nosek trying to fight off Capo Caco. Rangers trying to get it out, and they will just get it out of the zone. As now Wallman will dump it back into the Rangers. So it actually goes right to Louis Domingue, who will play it over to Miller. And now Miller will come up the ice with speed. Miller makes a long feed. It connects to 22. 22 with a shot, and that one is fought off and saved by Shalgren here. A good shot there by the Rangers as we approach the final 5 minutes of this one. It's now 50 as Gustafsson gets it over to Schneider with a shot, and that one is also fought off by Shalgren. Rangers with some good pressure right now. Is El Capo Caco with it. Gets it to 22. Now over to Braden Schneider. Back to 22. 22 with a shot through traffic. Scramble in front. But Shalgren is able to eventually get to it and cover. So the Rangers, Brodzinski with a couple of good chances alone. But Shalgren makes some saves. 4:41 to go. Still 2-1 Devils here in this third period. We'll step aside for another moment to get another word from our sponsors. So welcome back, everybody, here to this preseason action live watch-along edition here on THPN. Again, 2-1 Devils here with under 5 minutes to go in this one. Jesper Bratt with the most recent goal, 26 seconds into this third period to give the Devils the 2-1 lead. His first of the of the preseason is a little equipment malfunction here from Erik Källgren. So he's looking to try to get his helmet fixed a little bit. Erik Källgren definitely has been sharp since he gave up the lone goal back in halfway through the second period. He came in halfway through the second period after Kirschmead was basically given the rest of the night off. Källgren has ended up stopping, I think it's 10? He has ended up stopping 12 of 13 shots that he has faced. Louis Domingue came in to start this third period and gave up a goal right away. And that's so far as the difference in this third period. We have 4.5 minutes to go and ticking in this third period. Why do the Rangers got a Devils rejecting goal? The reasons? I have no, who knows why Louis Domingue has a job right now. Shots overall are 34-26 in favor of the Blue Shirts. So we'll see when the Rangers decide, if they have to pull Louis Domingue as, as both Zibanejad and Bowers get kind of knocked down. They both fall to the ice. Ref decides to call no penalty there. Understandable. Both guys got tied up there. Fox now into the zone for the Rangers. Gets it over to his teammate. Drops to Adam Fox. Fox still with it now. Waits. He's fighting off Jesper Bratt. He gets knocked down. Doesn't appear to be a penalty. 3:48 to go in this third period. Gets it, top of the point, shot, and that one is fought off by Källgren. Luke Hughes gets it over to his brother Jack. Jack Hughes trying to avoid danger, and Colin Miller will just get it out of the zone. The Rangers are coming right back into the zone here, but Miller again calmly is able to get it out. Here come the Devils, as now Jack Hughes overskated the puck, and then the Rangers intercept it, and now we'll control it here with 3:20 and ticking to go in this period. As now Braden Schneider comes in. Schneider wraps it around the boards. John Marino will get there first for New Jersey. Intercepted, and then Källgren had to make a save right off of the turnover there. So another good save there. As now Gustafsson gets over to Schneider. Now gets into the corner. Back now behind the net. Now in the left corner here. Puck comes out in front, but nobody could get to it. Kevin Ball will lightly tap it over and get it out of the zone. Willman, dumps it back into the Rangers zone with 2:50 to go. Willman intercepts it over to Tomas Nosek. Willman trying to regain it, and he'll get it over for a second. And now the Rangers will control it and get it, and they'll be able to get it out of the zone. 2.5 minutes to go in this third period here, as the Devils are looking to try to get to their what would already be their third win of the preseason. They won both games of their inner squad, of their split squad, back on Monday. So this would be their third win of the preseason they could get. Lafreniere with a shot. That one is fought up by Källgren, and a rebound try by Jones was stopped as well. Now, Louis Domingue goes to the bench. Extra skater for the Rangers with 2:05 to go in the game. Jones now over to his teammate. Wrist shot through traffic, and that one just goes wide. Luke Hughes tries to get to it first. Puck squirts out to the front here as Zibanejad will control it with 1:50 to go in this one. As now Jones with it. Over to Zibanejad with a drive, and that one is saved and deflected, or might have hit something, but it goes out of play with 1:48 to go in this one. So a great chance just moments ago. Lafreniere with the shot came out in front. Jones with a shot as well. I think Källgren might have gotten a piece of that one as well. And like we mentioned before, if you didn't know, the big news today, Andrei Vasilevskiy, after getting surgery, is expected to miss the first 2 months of the season. So the Lightning are going to be pretty thin in nets to start the year. And it's going to be a task for the Tampa Bay Lightning to try to get themselves off to a good start without their number one netminder. So we will see what happens here as the Rangers take a timeout with 1:48 to go. And really for the Devils, I mean, the big key here is to, number one, obviously not allow the Rangers to tie it. But number two, try to get an empty net goal and really kind of put this one away here as you're looking for what would be, again, it is preseason, but you know what? the more you win in the preseason, the more you can really kind of, create good chemistry, create good habits, and kind of go from there. I think overall, from the Rangers' perspective, I think you got to like, for the most part, what you've seen. They've been very aggressive. Their top guys have had some really good chances. Obviously, both Shalgren and Schmid have done pretty well in net for New Jersey. And then if you're the Devils, I mean, you've taken advantage of some mistakes that the Rangers have made. But overall, I don't think they played that particularly well. But again, it is the preseason, so you take a lot of things with a grain of salt. But you'd like to see, your teams do well regardless. Capitals ended up with a 4-3 win over the Red Wings in their preseason game. Penguins come away with a 3-1 win. As now a breakaway chance here from McLeod with an empty net, and McLeod will just shoot it into the empty net and score, and that may put this one away as Michael McLeod with his second goal of the preseason, as he has goals in back-to-back games that he plays. And with 1:35 to go in this one, it is now 3-1 New Jersey. Rangers not getting the North, but not hitting the back of the net in this period so far, just like last season. And again, you can get frustrated, but it is the preseason, but certainly it's still frustrating regardless. But nonetheless, Michael McLeod, he had 4 goals, 22 assists in 80 games played last year. Expected to have another big-time season, or expected to have big responsibilities on that fourth line, being one of the better face-off men. He actually finished with the 3rd highest face-off win percentage in the entire NHL last year, which is incredible. Minute 18 to go in this one, as the Devils now have a 2-goal lead thanks to an empty net goal just moments ago from Michael McLeod. This puck is chipped back in. Rangers once again pull Louis Domingue. So we'll see if the Devils can get another empty netter. Rockies up 7-3 over the Dodgers. That's interesting. It's a little upset in Major League Baseball. 1 minute to go here in this one. Both teams whack-handed behind the Devils' net. Capo Caco now with it. Looking to try to get something set up here. Gets it top of the point. Now over to Kreider. Kreider now to Zibanejad. Waits. Gets it to Fox. Fox now to Zibanejad with a drive and a great save there on the chest from Erik Shalgren, man, as he continues to be strong in net. Got to give him credit, man. He gave up a goal in the first shot he saw after coming in halfway through this game. But since then, he has not allowed the Rangers to score. And he is 38.7 seconds away from helping the Devils get their 3rd win already of this preseason. As now a drive there on a broken shot and a rebound try, and the Rangers score. So kind of an unlucky situation. The original shot, stick broke, kind of went in the air, and then number 78 of the Rangers was able to kind of knock it in to kind of catch Shalgren by surprise. So as soon as I start hyping him up and praising him, he ends up giving up a goal. Gustafsson, his stick broke. Stick then the puck hits off the stick of Jack Hughes, and then Offman scores a goal under the arm of Shalgren. And so 34.2 to go. It's not over just yet. Not over just yet as the Rangers cut the deficit to 1. Guys, I don't think it's time to riot just yet, especially it's the preseason. So we'll see here. Is now the face-off at center ice. Brett still waiting for it. Finally, a Rangers goal. It's too bloody late. Well, we'll see. 30 seconds to go in this one. See if the Rangers could get one more in them here to force maybe an overtime. Pucked up into the left corner. Louis Domingue right now, he is now making his way back to the bench here with 17 seconds to go. Maybe one last chance here for the Rangers if they hurry. Puck goes over. Shalgren will play it into the left corner. Devils trying to get to it with 8 seconds to go. Puck down the left side. Rangers desperately trying to get it moving closer to the net. 3 seconds, 2-1. And that will do it as the Devils come to Madison Square Garden and get themselves a hard-fought 3-2 win over the New York Rangers to earn their 3rd win of the preseason. They move to 3-0 on the preseason. And Michael McLeod's empty net goal hilariously ends up being the game winner since the Rangers did score one late. But nonetheless, the Devils come away with the win. And they move to 3-0 on the preseason. Erik Shalgren, even though he did give up that goal late, nonetheless, I think he played pretty well. I think all the goaltenders, for the most part, were pretty solid in this one. But good win for the Devils. And they move on here in this preseason. Rangers play tomorrow against the Islanders on Long Island, while the Devils will play on Saturday in Philadelphia against the Flyers. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me tonight here for this live watch along, my first of many this season here on THPN. As always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Before you go again, make sure to leave a like on this stream. Also, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified of any time we go live here. Gaza says, bloody Devils. Islanders suck. Tough one for you, man, but we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight regardless. And thank you to everybody for hanging out with us. Don't forget to follow THPN on all social media platforms at HockeyPodNet. Also, make sure to check out my podcast, The Devil's State of Mind Podcast, anywhere you listen. So Spotify, Apple, anywhere. Post new episodes twice a week. We're also now on YouTube as well. So if you go on YouTube and search Devil's State of Mind, you can also check out the video versions of every single podcast that I put out. Just put out a new one earlier today. Thangus says, thanks, Neil. It was fun. Great fun as always. Make sure to go check out the podcast on Twitter at Devil's State, Instagram at Devil's State of Mind, and also give us a like on Facebook. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. And we will see you in the next live watch along. Once again, the final score from Madison Square Garden. The Devils come away with the 3-2 win on the road to earn their third win of the preseason. Everyone continue to be the awesome people that you are. And as I always say at the end of every live watch along, make sure to rock on.
Say something.